It's a wonderful day. It's a wonderful day. It's a wonderful day. It's a wonderful day. The king is live. We got a very busy day today. Very busy. But it's a wonderful day. As you know, the 4th of July is coming up. Do you know how much money I save not going to picnics and barbecues and all that? Not entertaining this nonsense, having barbecues and picnics and hot dogs? Probably over $100. Mr. Will. How are you, Mr. Will? Harley blames you for blocking everybody, Mr. Will, just so you know. I think it's Harley. Somebody keeps blaming you for all this superficial nonsense that goes on, and it don't make any sense. But it's a wonderful day, like Julius Crixus, Caesar Crixus, the bad ape said on the advertisement, on the trailer. I had to see that movie. It's a wonderful day. Your Caesar's in power. Hello? Who's this?
Yeah, I'm the fucking show.
It's a wonderful day.
It's a wonderful day in the neighborhood. It's a wonderful day in the neighborhood.
Bergs, if you want me to
Won't
come
you
around, I'm
be?
going to undo both my accounts. You can't.
Won't you be my crab neighbor? You are so afraid to say crabs. You are so afraid to say cabbage.
Are you out of your mind?
Go ahead, say it. Say it then.
What are you talking about?
You know what? You know what I'm talking about. You're afraid to talk about the crab and the cabbage.
Crab and the cabbage.
Yeah, you're afraid.
I'm not afraid of too much, Bergs. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, you are. Yeah, you are. Well, you know what? If you were me,
I'm afraid.
Because I've had my fucking channel monetized for almost 5 fucking years.
Well, listen, Bergs. I gotta go and get a cup of coffee, and I can't leave you here.
Can you hear me or no? Can you hear me or no?
I can't leave you up here while I get a cup of coffee because I don't trust you.
Okay, anyway, I'm not gonna fucking.
When I come back up, I'll let you back up, okay?
Risk my channel over the fucking crab.
When I come back in, I'll let you up because I don't trust you as far as I can throw you about 2 inches. The king is back. All right, Berg, you can come back up. You can come back up now. Hey, Dave 25. Hey, Dave 25, the link is in there if you want to come up. It's a wonderful day. I just couldn't leave you up here while I wasn't here, Bergs. I don't trust you. You start using the N-word and all this, and I don't know what you want to talk about. I guess you want to talk about the crab and the cabbage again. I mean, that's your favorite topic. It's a wonderful day. Hey, Les, how you doing, honey? And that's another thing, Bergs. Do not block Les. Do not block Les. The way you treated that woman, Bergs, was terrible. I mean, the way you treated poor Les was terrible. I seen it, Bergs. I see everything. The way you treated that woman. Not right, man. It's not cool. It's not cool, Bergs. This Les. She come to your channel for support, and then you chase good people away, and you keep the weirdos, man. You do. She's so much better than she's so much better than the ones that you over there, you know. They leave a simple $3 a month, and they think that they run the whole show in memberships. Hey, Jeff H., how you doing? I don't know what his problem is. He's like, you know, he come up, and Bergs, you motherfucker, if you start hiding people over here, you motherfucker. I gave Bergs a protection wrench because he wouldn't last 2 seconds around here, and somebody would hide him. So I gave him a protection wrench. But Bergs, I don't trust you. Yeah, Bergs has potty mouth, doesn't he? He has a potty mouth. Bergs, you want all this money and people, you want to, PDX is the one for money with you, Bergs. That's your money right there. You have to go to her to get money and beg her. Every time you're live and she's there, you need to beg her for money, Bergs. That's what you need to do. Don't ask me, you know what I mean? I'm not going to be no whooping boy, you know? I don't want somebody begging me for money all the time, you know? Dave, you want to come up? The link is in the chat. What happened to Avoid? I had to end the other stream because I couldn't operate it right. And, I'm not Dave. I just like to get Dave blamed for a lot of stuff. Oh, gotcha. Who's this? Hey, Burns. I'm not Dave. I just like to get Dave. How you doing, Burns? Oh, gotcha. Burns. Hey, Burns. Hello. I'm not Dave. I just like to get Dave. How you doing, Burns? Oh, gotcha. Burns. Hello. Hey, Burns. Hello. Looks like a porn bomb ready to happen. That's what it looks like to me. What do you think, Jeff? What do you think, Jeff? Oh, Voight is fighting in Taliban in Afghanistan. Hello? Hello?
Hi.
Hello?
Hi, John. How you doing?
Oh, it is you.
It is me. How you doing?
I'm all right. How about you? How you been?
Yeah, a bit weird. What's going on?
Not a hell of a lot.
Well, how's Lolly?
Well, she's been under the weather a little bit.
Well, I know that. I've seen you from the hospital and everything, but, like, is she better?
Is she what?
Is she better?
About the same, but she really doesn't want me to talk about her personal business. So like, I don't know, and yeah, but she's listening right now, I'm sure. But
Oh, really?
why, do you have anything you would like to say to Lolly, or?
Yes, I do, actually. Is that okay?
Yeah, Fake says that's not you. It's a fake.
Okay, do I not sound like the original Avoid? like seriously, what's changed? I mean, I don't get it, John. I mean, why am I such a big enemy to this channel when I really have had nothing to do with anything,
No,
right?
it's a real you, but I mean, look, I don't know. What is the relationship between you and Lolly?
It's a broken
Because according
one.
to her, you've been very, very extremely rude.
Right, but then again, John, okay, even though I'm prepared to swallow a bitter pill and actually own my own shit here and apologize to Lolly, you have to admit that as soon as Misfit and Tina came into to your channel, you know, with an agenda, in my opinion, you know, that Lolly jumped on board with that pretty sharpish. And you have to admit, did you ever hear me call her a cunt? Did you ever hear me tell her that she was licking somebody's clit? To me, Lolly became her worst possible self, right? And there's only so much of that fucking insult that I'm going to take. You know, it's not in my DNA to take any shit from anybody. But let's face it, if we're coming to, did I troll her back by saying things like, I want to suck your big fat cock? Yeah, I did. I know exactly which buttons to
You got
fucking
half
push
of it right, a big fat cock, but
Well, yeah, of course I do. You know, I've seen it. It's huge. It's fucking gigantic.
you know,
What can I say? You know, the biggest cock on
put the
YouTube.
iguana back in the pants, right? Put that iguana away, you know.
Yeah. And just so everybody knows in the side chat as well, okay? Just so everybody knows, I've completely untethered myself also now from PDX. Okay?
Really?
Oh, absolutely.
What did
As soon-
what did she do to you? I know she does a lot.
Okay, so
Usually,
here we go, King. You need to hear some home truths here, okay? Yes, was there a long phone call, an international phone call between myself, PDX, and Sarah? Absolutely. Why did that phone call happen? Well, because I was told that PDX and Noodles were taking the piss out of me over in Bianca's chat. So I made my feelings very clear on this, that I wasn't very happy to hear that. So PDX was desperate to get a hold of me so she could basically tell me that that never happened. Yeah. But whilst on this phone call, what it ended up being was me and Sarah telling PDX as she was telling us her plans on going to file papers in your state, right? You know,
right.
that's
Wow.
make. So all of a sudden,
Premeditated.
all of a sudden, she starts telling us that she can't afford to hire a car to get from the airport to her destination where you are, right? Plus,
Wow.
there was some fucking plan to go and visit MMD. And you know yourself, I'm a huge advocate for MMD. I know you call her all kinds of names, but I can't stand the way people fucking take advantage of her and exploit her. Okay? Yeah, she's a bit strange. She's eccentric, but she wouldn't harm a fly, right? So now I've got beef with her that she's planning on visiting MMD. And also me and Sarah are really, really going at her hard about how she shouldn't be making this fucking journey with Noodles. Okay? She should
with
not.
Noodles, don't you understand? He's in the middle of it all with Noodles.
Well, this is what I'm saying. It was a wake-up call for both me and Sarah because we really had no idea. We thought that PDX was just, if you like, coddling and kind of putting up with Noodles, you know? We really didn't realize the extent of how much she was.
No, they're involved sexually, even, I believe, in my opinion.
Well, for us, we actually kept saying, well, we had no idea that you were this much, quote unquote, in bed with Noodles.
Every day, right? they talk.
And then, of course, well, I'm asking her all of these different alternatives. Well, can you not do it this way? Can you not make the traveling this way? Can you not do it an alternative way? Because we basically said it's not going to be a fucking great look for you, PDX or Emmy, if you actually do this entire fucking shit show with Noodles. Okay? Because he's the most fucking detested person on YouTube.
Right.
And of course, when we were realizing that all of this was falling on deaf ears, right? When we realized that this was all pre-planned, nothing we said to her was going to work. And it was already planned, decided. And that's when me and Sarah both said at the end of the call, right, that's it. There's nothing more to say then. And that's when me and Sarah both untethered ourselves from PDX altogether. Basically washed our hands of her.
Right.
And J Mac, basically. You know, because we said we had no idea how deep you are or how balls deep you are with Noodles. And because we fucking can't stand him, then I'm sorry, we want nothing to do with you. Because here's the thing, John, right? There's no way, you know, the whole internet have heard the conversations Noodles himself saying how he wants to go to these different countries to have sex with children, right? We've all
Absolutely.
heard the conversation,
And about my daughter too.
yeah. So we thought, hang on a minute, what the fuck is going on here? There's no
Right.
way she doesn't know how shady
She's
he is.
involved with it. That's the point.
And her being a parent herself, etc. Well, me and Sarah, he makes our fucking skin crawl, and
Right.
more than anything because we're parents, we're loving parents, right? So we don't understand any woman that is prepared, to be on side with Noodles. We will never wrap our heads around it. So basically, we just walked away from the entire thing. We went, okay, well, you're making a big, big fucking mistake here. There's going to be so much fucking backlash from it. We've tried to warn you. We've tried to guide you in the right direction, right? Oh, fuck off, Brit W. I can't do this accent any longer. Fuck off, okay? Because my accent, everybody loves my accent, okay? So just go fuck yourself, basically. So back to you, John. So this is what really has been getting to me and Sarah a lot, right? Is the fact that, hello, why are we being accused of being a PDX simp? Why are we being accused of being noodle simp? Where we basically go to these people and we say, you're pieces of shit. Now, fucking turn things around, or we want nothing to fucking do with you. And that's what's happened. I mean, you're a little bit lazy in your homework and your back what's the word? Fact checking, right? Because if you looked, you'd see we've got PDX blocked. You'll never see us in a Noodles live. You'll never see us in a Bianca live. You'll never see us in a fucking PDX live anymore. You won't ever see us with J-Mac. In fact, I went onto J-Mac's panel and ripped 10 bells of shit out of him.
Good.
So you've always somehow deep down, despite whatever fuckery you spread about me, you've always kind of said to yourself, I think a Voight is just a little bit, she doesn't understand, It's not that she's a terrible person. She's just got to figure things out for herself. That came out of your own mouth. And that is absolutely true for me. You don't realize that, when we had a little bit of a spat when I was being accused of going into Noodles live to troll him, and then the trolls in your chat told you she was kissing his ass, blah, blah, blah. Then we had our spat. And of course there was Noodles, knowing you were kind of shunning me in here, right? With open arms saying, come to us, Savite, come to us. It was all out of fucking spite to you, to get a rise out of you.
Well, they've been friends with each other long before.
Yeah, I know that.
They've been friends under the scenes a long time, planning everything.
But just so you know,
to travel that far with the Gremlin Elf to try to throw me in jail, they tried to have me arrested.
Absolutely fucking shocking.
Their mouth was friggin' watering, like they really wanted me behind bars. They still do.
But we did
nothing.
have a conversation about this, me and Sarah, when we were untethering ourselves from PDX once and for all, right? And we soon realized that there's an absolute MO to PDX, which I wasn't fully aware of it. But Sarah, having been on PDX channel for way much longer, right? She told me this is 100% a pattern for them. This is what they do. They reel people in. Emmy goes around to all these channels. She injects herself like a fucking tampon in people's channels, like Badcore. I mean, why go to Badcore's fucking channel? I've been in there maybe once, and it's so fucking shady, full of drunk people. There's no point in being there, right? So I soon ejected myself.
But tear down any channel that Noodles doesn't like. That's the point.
Yeah, but see, didn't Noodles do the exact same thing? Didn't he do all of a sudden like a tour of going
They're
around?
having sex behind the scenes. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but Noodles was trying to go around making out, hey, I'm a good guy. Welcome me into your community, you know? Take me in, accept me. I'm a good guy. Don't listen to what everybody says about me, right?
Yeah, right.
And of course, people gave him the benefit of the doubt. And Emmy was one of those people. But now I realize it was all bullshit from the start. She was already okay with Noodles. She was more than okay with Noodles being in her community, you know? So what I'm trying to say is that it came to light for me that what Emmy and J Mac do is they pretend that all is rosy in the garden on their channel, right? But then what actually happens is Emmy then targets channels, new channels to go into, and her version of events would be to make people like me. But just like Noodles, all she's trying to do is infiltrate these communities, you know? She
Right.
tried, look how hard she tried to come into yours. I mean, she was thirsty as fuck, right, to come in here, you
Absolutely.
know? And now, again, I get her. Like, Lolly, you're saying get a vote off, John. Lolly,
Why?
I'm trying to say that there's certain things now in your narratives that were 100% correct. I'm trying to say, Lolly, that there are some things that you were 100% right about, and I had no idea about them. Right.
So how do
Who
you
am I
handle
saying?
somebody
Right.
like these people?
Listen to, like, look at Jeff H's comment. Get rid of her. She's simping so hard. Who the fuck am I simping for? I'm fucking slating PDX. I'm slating Noodles. So who am I simping for now?
Do you know anything about this lady's family or anything to do with I heard stories about you know, is there any kind of incest that went on in this family? Have you heard
No,
anything like that?
no, I don't. From what I heard from the people that I trusted in her channel, the story was that something happened between her son, the older son, and the daughter when they were only children.
Oh my God.
No, listen, a little bit like playing doctor and nurses kind of thing, and that's been completely misconstrued and twisted into something way worse than it actually is. Nothing has happened to them during their adulthood or while they were older children. This was just something, a tale that they told about their children when they were younger. Whether
Who
they're
told the tale?
PDX themselves.
Really?
Yeah. Well, come on now. Like, it's not unusual for a brother and sister or siblings to be playing doctor and nurses when they're little. I mean, what I'm talking about, right? What I'm talking about here is in my when it comes to my siblings, right? John, listen to me. What I'm trying to say here is that if it happened while I was a child, I'm talking about had my brother maybe put a stethoscope up to my fucking chest or something, in my upper
Oh yeah,
chest.
yeah.
You
But
know,
I mean,
I'm talking, top proper naive stuff, that kiddos do.
not playing the flute or nothing, right?
No, you got to be fucking
Right? Identify the instrument. You know what I mean? The magic instrument.
I would have knocked my brother out even if I was fucking 5, if he would have somehow just touched my lady garden, shall we say. No,
What?
it's
what is the psychiatric disorder of this PDX? What is the psychiatric disorder of her? Do you understand, or what made her the way she is?
I think there's a lot to unpack there, John. I think they've both got
Was
issues.
she beat up or something, or what? What causes somebody to stab a person such as me in the back for no reason? I mean, what is it? Is it power? Is it?
I think it is ego. A lot of it is ego, and a lot of it is probably to be accepted more and to be a big deal, maybe in Noodles and Bianca's channels. She's just trying way too hard. She's ridden way too hard. That channel will eventually, I'm telling you now, even though it started out as quite a nice community, I can absolutely see it at some point completely destroying itself from within, if that makes sense. Because the toxicity that's associated with that channel now is
Right.
completely off the chart,
Right.
I mean, I don't know
And
how
there's
many
no
times.
charisma in it either. It's like,
Do you remember me telling you, John, how much I'm interested into the paranormal, which is why I went in there? There's absolutely no fucking talking about paranormal in there now.
no.
It's a big, massive bitch slapping fest whenever you go in there,
Yeah, right.
And it's always to do with people, that mainly
Innocent people.
mainly her peeps. You can almost tell that they're not joining in with the conversation, if that makes sense, because
There's
they're
no
just not in.
connection.
They don't like Noodles, okay? They know what a shady character Noodles is. I think if they were to put a poll up in that channel, like, do you want us to not have any affiliation with Noodles, etc.? I truly believe that the majority of that community would and have 100% say. I think they're just they're just appeasing and going along, playing along nicely because they trust Emmy and J-Mac. If they were to be really brutally honest, they would all say 100%, in my opinion, that they want absolutely fuck all to do with Noodles. They don't want that channel associated or that community associated with people like Noodles
Who
at
would
all.
want to,
Because most of
buys views and buys subs.
and let's go back to the very beginning of this. The crux of it is because they've all heard that tape recording, just like all of us have, where Noodles, it can't be taken back, it cannot be denied.
Nope.
It's out there now for everyone
out
to
there.
hear. He's actually said that he wanted to have sex with children, very young children, in specific countries, because there it's allowed, right? It's allowed to happen. That's their culture, yeah? And we've all heard it. So
It's a bad culture, this guy. They're all
it's a
involved in it.
terrible culture, absolutely terrible. It's almost as bad, in my opinion. It's almost like the Muslim, it's like the Muslim community, the way that they oppress their women. I think they fuck goats.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? They'll have sex with fucking animals, because their women, obviously they can't get to their women because they're wearing fucking burqas, right? So, so they fuck the goats instead. I mean, it's a terrible culture. Islam in general, in my opinion, is. But let's go back to these other countries then, like the Philippines and places like that fully kind of allow the abuse of very young children to happen,
Yeah,
It's
well, they're liberals, don't you? All these people.
Yeah, I know. I fucking hate.
They're all liberals. These.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God, they're gonna have such a rude awakening if Trump comes back. Are you looking forward to Trump coming back?
Of course. See, they're against freedom of speech. These people.
I know. And
they really believe, that a guy and a woman, they look at that in a relationship as being bad.
Yeah.
These people, they want them to think like them. Another thing is, rumor has it.
Yeah.
That the Gremlin Elf Noodles is trying to get PDX, the groom seasons. That way they could all get together and have one big gangbang.
Oh my God, I wouldn't be surprised.
That's why they're planning on Noodles is trying to get her to work on seasons.
Yeah.
Because she wants seasons to sit there and watch because the husband did it to her, so he feels like left out or something.
Yeah.
Rumor has it.
Yeah.
Rumor has it. I'm not saying it's it.
Let me tell you now, right? I've never once heard Emmy or J-Mac put seasons down in any shape or form. And there's something pretty fucked up about that's very damning, isn't it?
Yeah,
if they deem her as a moral person with great fucking values, when she's a mother as well, then fuck them all the long way, I say. they're all as shady as each other. Do you know what I mean? Because if they don't see past the part that, again, at one point, even Seasons admitted that she no longer wanted to listen to Noodles and Blazing Leo openly discuss having sex with these young children in different countries. And Bianca's
Wow.
take on it was, well, I'm not going to go into Blazing Leo's channel and listen to those two talk about how you can have sex with young children in these various countries anymore. I just won't put up with it. Well, she won't put up
So
with it.
Seasons does it too, huh?
Yeah, exactly. Like,
Oh my God.
she's absolutely a condoner of it, because she may well say and made a stand by saying, oh my God,
And
I'm not
J-Hawk and all
going
them
on
do
there
it too.
anymore to listen to that disgusting shit. But then she allows it all to happen on her own fucking channel. You know?
Exactly.
I mean, for fuck's sake, if you're making a stand, make a fucking strong one and make it
They
fucking
don't.
last.
They're shallow and weak.
They are, all of them.
They're shallow and weak. And when all else fails, they try to run and make up fake things for protection from the police.
Yeah.
To try to gain some kind of control, because they really have no control. They're
No.
nobodies.
No. I know.
They try to use them and manipulate police for control over an open public platform. Are they crazy?
Yeah. So are there
and
any...
They talk about pedophile and all this kind of weird shit, these people.
Yeah. So just so you know as well, right? Because I know Sarah has come up in this channel many, many a time, and I haven't been on here for a long time. Sarah is so against all of them. I mean, there's a full-on war going on between J-Mac and other women in that community now, deeming Sarah as being Tina Olsen. I mean, I'm all over that fucking shit now. I don't give a fuck about Tina Olsen or Misfit. They're just not worth my fucking energy, right? But I'm just telling you now, you've been into Sarah's karaoke channel, haven't you? You and Jeff H paid her a visit, I believe. I wasn't in there. Sarah's not into anything anymore, John. She's staying in her own lane. She's just fucking doing karaoke streams.
Right. Why not leave that poor lady alone, you know?
Exactly. You know,
leave that poor lady alone. Let her be.
And I'm going to tell you now.
What's the attraction? Because she can play music and sing better than all these people rap together.
Yeah. And I actually told Sarah myself, you know, because I asked her, well, you know, did John and Jeff H, you know, did they show you respect in your live stream when they came into your karaoke stream? And she said they were absolutely fine. Jeff H was really, really pleasant. John didn't troll or anything like that. She said it was okay, you know. I thought I would need to watch them like a hawk, and maybe they would disrupt, you know, my little side chat, you know, because she hasn't got a huge channel, let's face it. And basically, she couldn't give you any more praise. You know, she said they came in and surprisingly, they were just so respectful. And they did nothing wrong, you know, so I give you both kudos for that. I really do give you both kudos for that.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, what's your advice how to handle these people?
I would say...
What do you think of this MJ? Is she a bigger troll than anybody or what? I didn't know she's planning a trip too with these people.
Yeah, we haven't heard
Seasons
much.
don't have a pot to piss in, and neither does PDX. So they're going to have to... That's why they need MJ in there to finance everything.
Well, Mel's Bells is into women, right? Mel's Bells is bisexual. She's a lesbian, right?
Yeah.
I can totally see them all getting jiggy on a fucking camping trip.
Somebody's going to have to finance all this, you know, and it's not going to be the big orca whale over there, you know.
Yeah. And to be honest, like for when we were trying to get PDX to rethink going on this trip and relying so heavily on Noodles, for the trip, and then squeezing in a little exploitation of fucking what's the fucking name now? Michelle Delaney, that was just an added kick in the gut for me that they were going to throw that in, because come on now, you don't want to show that lady in the home where she lives. It's a dire
Hey,
condition.
can you talk a little bit for like 5 minutes? I got to unload this van.
Yeah, sure.
Are you okay?
Yeah, sure. I'll carry it on. I'll address the chat. You're safe. You carry on. I'll be fine, John.
And let these people have it. You know what I mean? You got to really tell them about what these people are about. A lot of people don't know it,
Yeah. Okay, you carry on with what you're doing, and I'll address the side chat, okay? Right, here we go. So I'm going to start reading comments. Jeff H, very shady people, 100% agree. Brit W, Christians oppress their women too. Brit W, what I would say to that is no fucking man on this earth with a pulse could fucking oppress me. So that's down to the Western woman herself. She either tolerates fucking shit from a man or she doesn't. I certainly wouldn't. So there you go. And the Muslim women really don't have a choice, do they? It's a completely different culture. So let's keep this real. Tony Stark, hi there. I haven't had much time to talk to you ever before. Mel's Bells, I think, is dating Moonboats, who is a handsome male. Oh, wow. Okay, well, maybe she's bisexual then. So each to their own. That's great. Noodles Struck by List Crawler Prostitute Pervo. That's one hell of a fucking username. My God, I wouldn't like to say that after 4 glasses of wine. Noodles Struck. Who struck him, List Crawler? Do you know? Give me the goss if you know it. So very close to losing it. Big plan coming soon. Okay, List Crawler Prostitute Pervo. I really wish you'd change your fucking username. That's really hard to say. Big plan coming soon. I don't think it's cool to be announcing if you've got fuckery planned for somebody. Is it you that's planning it, or do you think is there somebody else planning fuckery that's coming soon? Make yourself more clear about that. Is that why he was saying in the Orcas chat he had a harassment strike? Yep, of course. He's ban evaded, right? So what's the difference between that? So I thought the light dropped off the face of the earth. I'm afraid I didn't. No. I started going on X a lot more because I'm really huge into current global affairs, especially America's. I'm the Brit who shouldn't give a shit. But I've actually spoken, believe it or not, to Elon Musk himself on X. So yeah, that was a big deal. Because I was doing lots and lots of posting, and he noticed me, my profile and what I was writing about. So Elon Musk himself approached me on X. So that's going to be my claim to fame from here on in. Don't announce the plan. Remember, be a ninja. Jeff H, you fucking nailed it, dude. You nailed it. Always be a ninja. Never show your hand. Never show your fucking hand. If Noodles loses his channel before court, it would be huge because he said he's using unlisted YouTube videos for his evidence in court. Yeah, absolutely true. Yeah. So what can we do to make him lose his channel? Can we come up with a plan? The energy is radiating through. Yeah. Do you think? Okay, it would be a very good time for that channel to go. I agree, Jeff H. To be honest with you, I think it's time for Noodles to not be on this platform anymore. It's just fucking. He should have been off this platform a long, long time ago. Come on now. We know what he is. We know who he is. Okay, he's a fucking predator. He's a threat. young people, a lot of young people come onto YouTube, right? We're supposed to be kind of laying the foundation for future YouTubers. I dread to think if they're basing, any kind of template on how fucking Noodles conducts himself on YouTube. That's something I really makes me feel sick to my stomach, to be honest. So yeah, he needs to be gone. He's not a great example for anybody to be following on YouTube. Elon is cool, Tony Stark. Seriously, I mean, he's a bit fucking weird, but I think geniuses normally are, right? Have you noticed, like, in his recent, there's a shot of him where he's pissed off at Biden because Biden had a big meeting about electric cars. And apparently, it was GM, General Motors, right? So he invited Ford, he invited all these big hitters, hard hitters, car manufacturers. But he absolutely didn't fucking invite Elon's Tesla, sorry. He didn't invite him. He was so pissed off. But even as he was sitting there being asked how he felt about this, his eyes were kind of moving back and forth, like he had a bit of an eye disorder. I absolutely believe that he's got some kind of, he's on the spectrum. Does that make sense? Because, and I think a lot of people on the spectrum are geniuses, but Biden literally shunned Tesla from being, and they've made more electric cars than any other car manufacturer in America. And of course, well, Biden is trying to fuck up your economy, right? So of course he doesn't want any success, or the big companies to do well. So he's absolutely on Elon Musk's shit list. Sorry if we're going off on a tangent a bit there, but it's just something. Yeah, there you go. Thank you, Tony Stark. He's just confirmed that. Yeah, it was absolutely disgusting. And Elon Musk works so fucking hard, right? Nobody could be more dedicated to his craft than Elon Musk. So I can't even begin to imagine how fucking disappointed and pissed off he was about that. So unfair. But then again, it's fucking Biden, He's your president who's like an exhumed corpse with fucking dementia. So what else do we expect? Let's just get fucking Trump back in there as soon as we possibly can, is all I can say. Yeah, he's breaking all the rules. Yeah, that's right, Tony Stark. Asperger's is the absolute right one, because that's the one I know that actual geniuses do have, is Asperger's. It's that they find they're socially awkward, yeah. They're not very, how can I say, outwardly spoken people. They find, they're socially awkward. They find it difficult to, what's the word I'm looking for? To word things, to express themselves. I mean, he does it incredibly well. I've got to be honest, Tony Stark, okay? When I did have a chat with him, I actually made him laugh because I said to him, why don't you run the country? You've got enough money, people trust you, kind of. Have you ever thought about running for presidency? And he actually told me, do you think I'd be a good president? And I turned around and said, he asked me, do you think I'd be a good president? And I turned around and said to him, to be honest with you, you're making flying fucking cars, which is insane. Why are you making flying cars? Like, us women have got a bad enough fucking rep driving down here on the road, okay? We're fucked once the cars go up into the air. Yeah, I know, like, I would absolutely... I did ask him if I could borrow one, so I could actually crash it into Klaus Schwab in Davos, and play the blonde card and the woman's bad driving card. 2 cards, victim cards I could use there to take Klaus Schwab out. But then I'm talking about current affairs. Heidi, reel it back in. Nobody's interested in that. Will they leave Elon out of an outer space meeting next? Well, see, this is the thing. I mean, I don't know how does Elon stand with NASA? Do you know what I mean? I just want him to launch Biden into in a rocket, a one-way ticket into fucking space. Just get rid of him now and throw in there Obama, Clinton, Bush, all the fucking dodgy fuckers. Just launch them into space. I don't think even the aliens would know what to do with them, to be honest. I don't even they could figure them out. They just fucking spook them back up and back they'd come. Right, here we go. So when you hear both Noodles and MMD talking politics, they know nothing about what they said about. Actually, list scroller, MMD, Noodles has fuck all to offer when it comes to bringing something to the table about politics. MMD, you're very wrong. She's so up to speed with things. It's quite spooky. Yeah, Bill Gates has Asperger's. Yeah, that's another one I want on the rocket. Flown into space one way. Bill Gates gives me the fucking creeps. Absolute creeps. He could use his genius for so much good, Tony Stark, and instead he uses it for the worst. You know, he should be using it for the greater good of mankind, and all he's doing is planning terrible fucking agendas to make people's lives a misery down here on Earth. So he's not using his gift wisely, is I'm going to say on that. Yeah, simulated universe. Oof. Yeah. I don't know. It's a bit much. SpaceX competes with NASA and kicks their butt. Wow, Tony Stark. Really? Oh my God, that's fucking awesome. I love that. Oh my God. The fact that SpaceX competes with NASA and they're not only keeping up with them, but they're fucking surpassing them. That's incredible. What, like, seriously, the dude is so impressive, right? Honestly, you know, his business modules, his creativity, all of his gifts, you know, he's a gifted human being. And I don't think he is using his gift unwisely, you know? I think he absolutely wants better things for his fellow human beings. They may be maybe not things that I'm down with because I'm not a very high techy kind of person. But my God, does he do what he does absolutely brilliantly? I agree. No, he's not evil, Brit W. No, he hasn't got Down syndrome. You know, that's a pretty mean thing to say, Brit W, to be honest. Why bring Down syndrome people into this? If I could, I would 100% delete that fucking comment because how dare you bring Down syndrome people into this? To me, Down syndrome people are the absolute biggest gift from God possible. Okay? If I had ever been pregnant and expecting a Down syndrome baby later on in life, I mean, I would have 100% had that baby, even knowing that it was going to take up the majority of my life taking care of them. They are precious. How dare you use them in here in a negative way? So fuck you, Brit W, again. Okay, I thought you were picking up a bit there. You were winning me over. Now you're losing it. Okay, calling Elon Musk evil and bringing Down syndrome into it. Fucking shame on you. Shame on you. Okay, so list crawlers back onto, oh my God, something big is going to happen. Wow. Moose Knuckle is... Yeah, Brit W, I just fucking said that. They need to be recognized. They need to be embraced. They're special, precious human beings. You called Elon Musk. You said he had Down syndrome. Like, have you not seen a Down syndrome person? It's pretty fucking distinctive. So, what the fuck? Right, he has the rights to the movie. Elon has a lot of companies. Some are publicly owned, some are privately owned. Yeah, Tony Stark, my God. Do you know what Elon Musk's net worth is by any way? Of course, I wouldn't ask him, you know, when I got to talk to him because it's not something you're supposed to ask anybody. It's not very ladylike. No, he does not have Down syndrome. But what the fuck? Right, Tony Stark, just back me up on this one, right? With Brit W. Like, see, now Brit W is saying that Elon Musk does have Down syndrome. Look at his face. Does he look like somebody who's got Down syndrome to you, Tony? I like mixing in other topics with the drama. It's absolutely, Tony Stark. I agree with you. All I know is that every time I ever try and bring politics or global current affairs or anything like that into the mix, people who love the drama get bored very quickly. I've been told many a time, yeah, just change the subject. This is what's so depressing. Well, if it's so, yes, it's depressing. The fucking world is actually depressing. Yeah, but turning a blind eye to it isn't going to make it go away, you know? Oh my God, Tony Stark, 216 billion. Are you fucking kidding me? What the fuck? Oh my God. I've got to be honest, okay? Good on him. But why doesn't he give a big chunk of that to people who need it way more than him, you know? Rich people always really get to me in that way. You know, I mean, if he's got 216 billion, I mean, surely that's enough to put an end to the entire fucking world population, the starvation in the world and world poverty and everything else. I don't really get that.
Sorry, my phone overheated. All right.
That's okay. We've been having a great time on here.
How you making out?
Yeah, good, you know, because I bring a little mix of everything in, you know. I don't stick to the drama. I'm having a very intelligent conversation with Tony Stark. He's great. I didn't realize how lovely Tony Stark was. Somebody in here, John, accused Elon Musk of having Down syndrome. Do you not think that's a bit fucking ridiculous?
Oh, Jesus, God.
I mean, come on, we all know what Down syndrome look like, right? They've got a distinctive look.
Right.
And they said he actually looks like he's got it. It's fucking ridiculous. He does have Asperger's, you know. He's on the autism spectrum. Did you know that?
I don't know, but he has a lot of money.
Yeah. Jeff's net worth. Oh, hold on. Jeff's net worth is in. Oh, Jeff Bezos. Yeah, he's another minted.
These people can't stand.
Yeah. 200.
You know what else these people can't stand?
Yeah.
Do you know anything? You know, these people can't stand the fact that Donald Trump got off these charges. You know, Noodles and PDX, they can't stand that because they're all Democrats, you know?
Right. First of all, he was found guilty, right? But then they gave him immunity. And I think they gave him
this whole bullshit, you know?
Here's the thing, right? I heard a conversation yesterday between some Yanks on Twitter, or now X, right? And they were arguing the toss between Biden and Trump after the recent debate between the two of them, right? Which was so fucking embarrassing on Biden's part. And somebody said, I don't know whether to vote for the felon that's just been convicted or found guilty, or the felon who is a traitor to his country, meaning Biden, right? And I basically had to jump in, you know, and I went, do you know what? I said, what, even if Trump did fuck a porn star, right? And then paid money to hush it up, I don't actually give a fuck, because how does that affect him being the president of America? You know, how many of them, they've all got skeletons in their fucking closets. They've all got the amount of money and clout to make dodgy things go away, right? That's how it fucking works. But what about Biden's fucking son, Hunter? You know? I mean, will he actually get found, you know, will he be convicted and put in jail, you know, for having a gun license, which he should never have, right? Because he was off his tits on drugs. And then all the, you know, the laptop shots. Like, come on now. I'd rather go with Trump So, that may have had sex with a porn star. He can fuck anything with an orifice, right? I wouldn't give a fuck if it doesn't affect his ability to run America and make America fantastic again. That's all I care about. I
You're
don't give a
correct. You're right.
shit what he's done in his past. I don't care. He's come from a
You're
business
correct.
background. He's a master fucking negotiator. You know, the world had never been more stable and more under control on his watch than any other president. He may have his flaws, he may have fallen short on some things, but all I know is that everything was fine. He was buds with Putin. Relations with him and Israel were the best they've ever been. He gave them their precious embassy in Jerusalem, yeah? And then you've got Putin, I don't know whether you know this, but Iran breached the 2015 arms deal by they've now acquired, super duper fucking high powered nuclear weapons that they shouldn't have. So all
Oh
the
wow.
rest of the world leaders all turned their blind eye to that. But fucking Trump wasn't having it because they're so unhinged, right? So they become an even bigger threat to mankind. But who did he go to when all the other world leaders thought it was too precarious to just start shit with Iran? Because let's face it, they're from a culture where they're not scared of dying, right? They all can't wait to die because they're going to some fucking paradise where there's going to be virgins there waiting for them, legs akimbo, waiting for some. Do you know what I mean? So, this is what bothers me about that culture. They're not scared of dying like other cultures. It terrifies me, because the more Westerners they take with them, the more fucking rewarded they're going to be by their god Allah. It's terrifying when you think about it.
Well, they're
Just
scared of YouTube right here, let alone afraid of dying. They're afraid of YouTube. Oh,
yeah,
this one's saying something about me. Let me go run to the police.
yeah.
Let
I
alone
know.
they wouldn't even know what to do in a time of war,
Yeah, I know. They're all
except
pussies.
worrying about where their next meal is.
It's all keyboard warriors stuff, though, John. Come on, it's been like that since I came on in 2019. So listen, I want to talk to you about Carl 2.0. Carl the Crab, as you call him. Do you think that there's a possibility, because I know now I know a little bit of background about you, that you did actually start off with him being a mod for you, right?
Until he turned.
Okay. Because I don't
Wally
know.
took his wrench and he went crazy. So he got kicked to the curb. And
Yeah.
ever since, he's been in love with me, Avoid. There's guys, too, that love me. They really...
I
I
don't.
believe he's Kitten Rat. You know
I
Kitten
do,
Rat?
I don't think that he actually dislikes you, John. Like I
He's in love
really.
with me. He don't dislike me. He's in love with me.
Okay, so why don't you like him? Is it because he's on Team Noodles? Is that what your biggest beef with him is? Tell me what your
No,
biggest beef
I
with
just
him is.
retaliate when somebody says something about me. That's all it is.
Well, you know that
Look, the
you
guy's insignificant.
you
He only has
retaliate,
100 subs or whatever. He's insignificant to me, really.
but John,
And
do
Bergs
you?
don't like him, and Bergs keeps egging me on and attack him, and the
Yeah,
crab
well,
says
first
this and the
first
crab.
of all, zone out from Bergs, okay? Because Bergs is in the fucking twilight zone. Like it's like him and Mark Terry, right? They have to keep the fucking toxicity going to keep themselves relevant.
Who, Bergs? You don't like Bergs either, huh?
Not really, no. I mean, you know, I had my beef with him over Jill. I have no respect for the dude whatsoever. I kind of sometimes feel a bit sorry for him.
You know who
Um,
loves him?
who?
PDX loves Bergs.
Are you fucking kidding me?
The more he
Oh,
says you effing this and you effing that, she's trying to infiltrate his channel to take it over.
oh my
She
God!
gives him hundreds of dollars
What the
and is
hell?
and is like a member and all this, because she follows me around wherever I go and tries to infiltrate she's trying to coax them into doing panels so she can get them barred for good.
Yeah, but John, do you not think that this is all down to Emmy and J Mac being so fucking thirsty to be in the bite?
Absolutely, they're thirsty. One place
Yeah,
they'll never be is over here, and
yeah.
I have some
And
clout around over here.
and you know what? And you know what though, John? It's like G Mangoes and all these other people, and I'm not speaking badly on G Mangoes at all now. The bite is kind of died, there's a new breed of YouTubers now, and I'm one of them. When I came onto the platform, I remember one time I was doxxed by Bombshell because basically, she had just she'd taken advantage of a few of us, and if you like, German ladies already told you she scammed us, right, into giving her money and all this shit. Well, guess what? At one point, German lady made a live about that scamming episode of Bombshells, and in that chat was Vinny G, right? Vinny G from Jenny Jen Jen. So we're talking now back to a bite drama community, right? And of course, because I was one of the ones mentioned that had been scammed by her, and I was her top mod when this happened, there was an expose on the whole shit show, and then German lady covered it in a live stream, right? And of course, the way that Bombshell retaliated to all of this was to dox the living daylights out of all of us, right? Because she was so fucking angry, and it was a clapback, a real clapback. But luckily for me, she doxed me incorrectly, but that makes no difference to me whatsoever. I basically don't give an absolute fuck whether I'm doxed or not. It doesn't worry me, it doesn't scare me at all. Dox away, right? Because what's next? That's my question. So what are you going to do next? So now you've
Right.
doxed me. So what are you going to do next? Are you all fucking gangsters? Are you sending the mob to my door? To whack me? Like, fuck off with all this shit. It's all keyboard warrior stuff, right? You're all big Billy badasses on the fucking internet, but in real life, you're
KDS doesn't have the talent. I don't care all the ass she kisses to try to fit in anywhere. She's a boring channel. Her channel is very boring.
I know. I agree with you now.
Zero charisma, like the Gremlin Elf has zero charisma. Everything's bought and paid for, and I don't care what they do. They just don't have the talent to succeed. That's the point.
But more importantly, John, she's lost her identity.
Right. She has
Because
no
don't
identity.
forget now, she was once, a highly respected paranormal investigator, and she's gone from that to absolutely loving every second of being around fucking predators and real life.
I exposed her is what it was.
Yeah. Hey, is it true that she had blue waffles on her fucking panel? I couldn't believe it when I heard it.
Blue Waffles talks to her in the background. She's trying to coax Blue Waffles.
Oh my
God. To simp for noodles. They had an hour conversation.
Oh my Christ. Why is Lolly keep telling you that I'm talking a load of shit and to kick me off? Lolly, what's wrong? I've already... Look...
Lolly, she's not saying nothing about you. I mean, come on.
She's just said, John, this is hogwash. Get her off. Lolly, look, I'm sorry for every single bad thing I've said about you. Would you do the same or say the same thing back to me? I doubt it very much. But I expect a little bit more grace from you. If I'm gracious enough to apologize to you after the terrible things you say to me, then, the least you can do is at least accept that olive branch. I hated the fact that we fell out. I absolutely fucking hated it. And when you were unwell, I was constantly, wasn't I, John? Constantly asking how you were. I was genuinely and sincerely worried. I was always asking.
That
John,
tennis player, the link is in the chat.
Yeah, and best tennis player.
Is scared to talk about these people. You know what I mean? He's been simped out or something. I don't know. These people. Hey, avoid Heidi. a name. Maybe you can give like a brief description what you think about them.
Okay.
The Cabbage. Do you know who the Cabbage is?
Cabbage.
Like your opinion about them.
Who's the Cabbage?
Happy Little Life.
No, but
Her
who's
name
the
is Jeannie, the Happy Little Life.
I don't know who that is.
Okay, Bianca.
I thought she was the Yorker whale.
Yeah, the Yorker whale, Bianca, Seasons.
I think
What's your opinion of her? Like, you know, like two-faced or by the book or up front or...
I think she's totally hollow.
Hollow, that's a good word.
Very hollow. I think she's pretty emotionless inside. I don't think she has a moral compass whatsoever. I honestly think that she's one of the most toxic people on here. The way that she plays these games, her and Noodles, like they're two little characters on here, right? No one's
Right,
ever
hollow.
no one's ever believed. There's no substance to it. There's no depth to her, you know? She basically just plays games, you know, by being buddy this and buddy that. You know, there's no substance to her whatsoever. No credibility, no integrity. I don't think anyone will ever fucking take her seriously. And it's just an absolute joke as well. You know, they're like high school. She's so immature as well. You know, the way that she'll target certain people, one being, you know, good looking guys like Bad Core or somebody like that. She doesn't really want to know them, right? She doesn't really want them on her channel. But she basically only has them on there to get a rise out of fucking Noodles.
Just a minute, Hottie. I put the link in before I went live. I can't go back in there and put it in Best Tennis Player. I already put the link in. Yeah, I understand. All right, PDX, the next one. We'll move on.
Yeah. PDX is a wolf in sheep's clothing.
Right.
Not to be trusted at all, in my opinion, anymore. And then to be going from channel to channel, trying to pretend to be as nice as pie and all smiles, just like she did when she was coming on yours, right? It's all a fucking ruse.
Right.
All an absolute ruse.
I agree 100%. How about J-Mac?
J-Mac, he's an absolute gimp to Emmy.
Really?
Oh yeah. He doesn't call the shots in that fucking household. No,
not at all.
Not at all.
Yes, ma'am.
How about
Bergs?
Bergs needs to address himself unless he wants to be to die a very lonely old man. He really needs to up his game and he needs to become his better self. He was bad enough while Jill was alive. He's now even worse that Jill is gone. Bergs,
do you think he had a say in Jill's death somehow in a roundabout way? Did you think he?
I don't think it's.
The death,
I actually don't think it's fair to as Lolly has done. I don't think. Look, I'm just a truth teller now. Okay, I know it's gonna piss her off, but I'm just gonna tell it as it is. That's how I am, and I'm just gonna say now, to say that Bergs actually murdered Jill, which he has said, is absolutely insane. Because at the end of the day, Jill did have a choice. She did have a choice as to whether to call an ambulance. She also has wonderful sons who love her more than life itself. One phone call to them, and without a doubt, they would have absolutely called an ambulance to come and get her, whether she liked it or not.
Do you want Bergs up here?
I don't mind Bergs being up here, but you know, the last time we did that, we had a screaming match, and Sig clipped it, right? I don't mind. I mean,
somebody could drop the link for him.
Well, who's somebody?
Anybody, I don't know. I put the link in at the beginning, but
Can you put it in again, John?
if you want to.
No, can you? I don't know how to do it. How do I do it?
Well, I'm driving now. I mean, the link is up there at the beginning, and everybody out there in the chat has a link. Bergs, they don't want to give you the link. The link was in the beginning of the chat. You were already over here, Bergs. It's not my problem that you don't have it anymore. Now you're going to have to sit in the sidelines and listen and be a good little Bergie boy.
Because the thing is, see, Bergs, you're so predictable, okay? I've already mentioned Jill. That's all I've done.
Nothing more than a simp.
Just if I
He's
mention...
a simp for PDX. He's bought off by PDX.
Yeah, my God, shame on you. But just when I thought you couldn't stoop any lower or be any fucking dumber, you're now buying into that shit? Are you kidding me? Jill was absolutely beautiful, Tony Stark. Honestly, she was amazing. Like, if you ask me, Bergs was punching way above his weight with Jill. You know, looks-wise, she was stunning. And not only that, she had a beautiful heart. And she also actually had a beautiful singing voice.
Yeah, you know Jill more than anybody, actually.
I used to go into her streams just to listen to her sing. She's an amazing singer. But, you know, Bergs didn't make her happy, you know? But so Britt W was saying he didn't kill her, but he didn't stop her death from happening, second degree. Well, Britt W, if Jill only had Bergs in her life, I'm defending him a little bit here. If he only had Bergs in his life, then I would kind of agree. But she's got so much more. She has wonderful sons. She has parents. You know, so other people could have actually intervened and called an ambulance. So I don't think it's fair to put all of that on Bergs, to be really honest. He did put a lot of stress on her, Jeff H. I used to go into her lives after Bergs had hounded her off panels. And it was just absolutely awful, constantly comforting her from the damage, you know, the abuse that he had been launching at her relentlessly while I was on panels with her, you know, just trying to derail her from being happy in a panel of people. From your browser on. Oh, right. Okay. I didn't know that. Thank you so much, Tony Stark. Okay, I'll try it then. Hold on. I'll try that because I've never done that before. Nobody's asked me to post the link. Let me try it. Right, hold on. Give me a minute. So how are you? How are you feeling, John? Are you feeling okay? Oh, here we go. So Lolly's saying, well, Bergs, that it would be better to have Bergs up here than a Voight to listen to, John.
Oh, jeez.
Lolly's...
I'll try to do it, avoid, I guess.
No, I'm doing it now. Give me a chance. I'm trying.
But if he acts up, I'll boot him.
Let's see if it works. I've just posted it.
If he starts attacking you too much, I'll boot him.
Yay, I've done it, I think.
Avoid, because you know, he's a cowardly lion. He's afraid to talk about people in his own channel. So he wants to use my channel to do the dirty work for him. And I address to him, avoid how he's simping for PDX with the donations and all that and everything. And he talks to Noodles behind the scenes. You know he's a Noodles supporter behind the scenes.
Yeah. I really, oh my God.
But I can't believe the gall of this PDX. You know what I mean? I can't, and this gremlin elf. I can't believe the gall of them people. I had to look down on this elf when I met him, man. This Noodles, he's like really short.
I know. And
I'm
you know,
5'8", and I had to look down on this guy. I mean,
you know, when he's in MMDs, like when he was showing molasses around, and then of course he took PDX there. You have to catch him at a certain angle, John, right? If you've got a sharp mind and you're looking behind the scenes rather than what they want you to look at. I'm always looking to see noodles in the background, right? Trying to arrange the cables and make the setup right and everything else. He's so fucking weird looking, right? Oh
Terrible
my God.
looking. Terrible
He's
looking.
so
These people are
fucking
terrible looking in real
I mean,
life.
I'm 5'11". You know, I don't think he's taller than 5'7", is he?
No.
5'6", maybe?
5'5".
His head is bigger than his fucking chest. I mean, what the fuck?
He's
It's
very,
fucking
very,
weird.
he's very unattractive looking in real life.
He's completely out of proportion, isn't he? You know?
He's very unattractive looking in real life. And you know who else? The Crab is a very ugly man with very, very fat in real life. That's why he never cams up.
Right. Well,
he's a very ugly man.
So doesn't he? So in real life, doesn't Carl look like his avatar picture? Because he looks a little bit like not Robert De Niro, Al Pacino. Does he not?
That is Al Pacino's picture, have we?
Okay, well that makes sense.
That's not him.
So have you seen him in real life?
Have I seen him? I seen a glimpse of him one time. He messed up and showed a picture of him, and he's a very, very albino looking. He's not black. He's a albino looking with no hair, and he has freckles over his face, and he's grossly overweight, and he's older than me, Avoid.
Oh my!
He's like 60 years old in real life.
Really?
You know how he calls me old and decrepit?
Oh my God! I had no idea.
And he's an invalid, yeah. And the Cabbage, the one he's with, took one look at him and friend zoned him. You know what friend zone is?
Yeah.
They went on one date to meet each other because she's desperate. And she dumped the chiropractor. You know, the fake chiropractor.
All right, yeah.
And she went on a date with him and then friend zoned him because he's grossly unattractive, I guess. And so, but she friend zoned him. You know what I mean? He's a good friend.
Yeah.
But,
yeah.
You know, that's what you do. That's what they do. They friend zone you, I guess. If they.
Yeah. Right.
And
so
he lives in a halfway house. He don't have a pot to piss in. He don't never work.
Yeah.
And
so
he puts these recordings in like he lives in the Bronx and all that. It's just another troll. He's another troll like the rest.
You know, best tennis player, right? In your side chat is saying, "Lolly, clean this sewer up. It's been filthy since you've been gone." Then It's Only YouTube has put a big laughy face and said, "Avoid and John have fantastic chemistry." Do you know what I mean? I mean, like
I'm just having a show over here.
Best tennis player. I don't know where all this anger inside you is coming from. I mean, what the fuck have I ever done to you, seriously? And you're insulting the owner of this channel, actually, not me, by telling Lolly that Lolly needs to clean this sewer up. You're talking about John's channel here. It's been filthy since you've been gone. Have you told John that yourself, best tennis player? Because if it's been filthy since Lolly's been gone, that's again another attack on John's channel. So why have you even got a wrench? Why have you got a wrench when you've got nothing but terrible things to say about how fucking John is managing his channel?
What's filthy about it? I have Avoid up here expressing her freedom of expression and opinions. That's all this is.
Yeah.
All we're doing is giving opinions. And these people are taking it as like slanderous and against the law and all that. You know why? They can't handle the truth.
John, the point is, this is my first time up here in fucking forever.
I haven't seen her and I haven't seen Heidi in ages.
No. So what the fuck are you talking about? Like, it needs to be cleaned up now that I've just come on? Like, get the fuck out of here. I haven't been on here for fucking forever. So best tennis player, you know? I'm not being funny now, but you're being really kind of targeting one person. You know? You're being a bit of a...
I dropped the link for Bergs, and see the games Berg says he begs for a link. He begs for it. And when you gave him a link, then he, I like a weirdo, man. He's a weirdo.
So here we go.
Don't trust Burbs. You can't trust this guy for anything.
So
He'll turn on you for a minute,
unlike John, unlike you, I'm going to read the chat because that's an important part, right? So Tony Stark says, in my opinion, John needs panelists. Well, thank you, Tony Stark. And I may not be the perfect fucking panelist for everybody. I may not be liked by anybody. But I'm not boring, okay? I'm not boring. So whether you think I am best tennis player, that's your own fucking opinion. But I'm a pretty interesting person, actually. Okay? So, fuck you. And best tennis player then turns around and says, I'm loyal since the beginning to John. And like you avoid, you cunt bitch whore. Well, charming. So that's the phrase been coined by Lolly, right? And it's
they don't like it that you go around. I don't care, but you go around and like.
But I don't, John. I don't go
like attack me everywhere else and then come here.
I don't though. When did I last do that? I haven't been on YouTube.
No, best tennis player said it.
Yeah, well, best tennis player, you could shove it up your ass, okay? Because I've been living my best life off the fucking YouTube without all this toxicity and shit, and without assholes having to deal with fucking assholes like you, best tennis player. Because you're an absolute fucking prick. That's what you are, okay? You're making yourself look like a fucking asshole in this side chat by just targeting me for no fucking reason. Nothing you're saying makes sense because this is the first time I've been on John's panel since how long ago, John? Since we had our little fallout. It's been fucking months, right? Months and months.
Yeah, I don't hold grudges,
Yeah, and Tony Stark is enjoying this conversation. Thank you so much, Tony Stark. I appreciate you. And I'm enjoying talking to you as well. I've never really interacted with you before. So thank you. I love the way that Tony Stark, what he brings to the table. It's not just drama, right? He's got some interesting facts about the world going on. It's not everybody's cup of tea, but it's a breath of fresh air for me to be able to have that little bit of interaction about, different things apart from the shit on YouTube. But in the meantime, I know that John wants to talk more about drama again. So come on, John. John isn't interested in the fucking world. He just wants to talk about drama. So next, John.
A lot of these people don't know the background of these people. You know what I mean? That's the thing.
No.
There's some new people that don't know the background. They act like they're innocent or not.
You are the king of the background.
The elf is not innocent in nothing. You know that.
No, not at all. He's not. He needs to be off YouTube, John. He just needs to be off YouTube.
He goes 24 hours a day.
I know.
These people go 24 hours a day. They never sleep. This is their lives. They don't care about any kind of like making money.
The content. I mean, the content. Like I'd have more fun watching fucking paint dry on a wall. Like who wants to sit and watch him with fucking food in his beard and fucking Guinness in his mustache? I don't get it.
Wait, it's disgusting, isn't it?
He's clearly buying views, right? Buying subs and buying views.
You have more class. That's what it is, boy. You have more class than that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, you mean because I don't have a beard?
This culture. No, because you look at him like he's a slob and a lazy and a sicko.
Absolutely disgusting.
You're above him. You understand? But in this culture around over here, they think that's attractive.
Yeah.
They think that's good looking in the United States. Like somebody like him, he's like a grade A person on eBay.
I know. And in that small window of opportunity when I actually got to hang out in Team Noodles, let's face it here, okay? Who was playing who? He can turn around and say that he was just fucking playing me. But I could also say, well, actually, right. I had a chance to be in your fucking camp and see what was going on. But let me tell you now, John, he 100% was very aware.
PDS is in love with this guy like he's a catch. But then again, look at her. She's a cinder block. Do you know what a cinder block is?
No, more importantly, look at J-Mac.
That's the top that you can get.
Yeah.
I mean, is he attractive looking, or is it just me that think this guy is terrible looking?
It's not just the looks,
Do you
though,
think
John.
J-Mac is attractive?
Right. Do you want some news here? Do you want to know some things that you're not aware of? Do you want new news?
Yeah.
J-Mac is incredibly. He's a very complex person. He has a lot of issues.
Really?
I was, yeah. He was in. He actually, Misfit was right about him having been in that big accident at work, where he got severely injured. When he was, I think, working. What was he doing? Working on was it a refuge lorry or something like that? It was to do with a lot of concrete work and stuff like that. So he did.
Garbage truck.
Yeah, he got severely injured in that.
Really?
You know that he couldn't walk for a very long time. We're talking long term, where he still has issues walking.
Really?
He's on a lot of pain meds. They're both on a lot of medication.
Both of them? Why is she on anything? She don't need nothing.
She's got, according to her, PTSD, anxiety, fibromyalgia, which is why she received. Well, they're both receiving government checks for.
Really?
They're both on. What do you call it over there? Is it SSI?
Yeah,
Disability, the disability government assistant. Yeah.
Really?
Both of them. Yeah. So that's why they've got the money. That's why they've got the money to do the things that they do.
So which is why they're giving a government assistance, but they're on YouTube day and night, so they could work.
Yeah.
Right? If you're on YouTube, you could do a desk job.
Yeah, and I remember when you read out a comment by Misfit in one of your lives once, when you were retaliating to PDX, you said something like, "What kind of couple sits on YouTube all day rather than work a job," or something like that.
Right.
And you know what? J-Mac's reaction to that was the retired kind, John. The retired kind.
Retired?
Well, they're retired.
Somebody needs a right to the government about how they're on YouTube 24 hours. They could do a job sitting down,
Yeah, because they're not really retired, right? They just don't have to work anymore because they have so much money coming in disability checks.
Yeah, stealing it from poor people. They don't.
That's very different from somebody retiring from a job after working it for so many years, right?
Right.
That's a completely different fucking story.
Isn't that terrible?
Yep.
I mean, maybe the one, if his back is really that. But then again, he has a big mouth to run around talking about people. And they can go on trips and all this. I got all their information. I need to write to the government about what's going on over here and get them, they'll get them, what's the word I'm using? They'll come out and they'll do an investigation. Find out what the hell's going on.
The thing is, though, John, right, with J-Mac, if you've noticed, you very, very rarely see J-Mac going gallivanting, if you like, going on trips. Have you noticed how he always stays home?
Right, they have an open relationship.
Yeah, but not only because of that, because he can't make the trips. He's not able, agile enough, if you like, to make the trips.
In a wheelchair, maybe, right?
He is genuinely injured. He is genuinely disabled, right? But the two of them are
How do they have sex?
Probably
they don't. That's why she goes around there to New Jersey to visit her boyfriend.
I think
but
probably,
you don't want to have it either, So
I think probably with Emmy doing most of the work, to be honest.
Oh, really? You think? How the hell would you like 300 pounds on your chest?
Out of the two of them, I think in general, Emmy does most of the work, if that makes sense. But in the bedroom, absolutely. I don't think J-Mac would be capable of having sex with himself, to be honest. I think
good information. I didn't know.
He'd pull a muscle in his fucking wrist if he was fucking wanking for too long. Do you know what I mean? He's not in good shape at all. I'm being terrible now. I'm being a terrible fucking person saying all this shit. But then again, you reap what you sow, right? You reap what
That's
you
the way I
sow.
look at it.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but the both of you have put yourselves out there as big pedophile fucking condones. So, you're gonna get my fucking wrath. You're gonna get my wrath, okay? Especially
You
when
got the wrath.
I tried to put Emmy on the right path. I spent 3 hours on the phone trying to put Emmy
3
on the
hours.
right path. Yeah. You put that in my fucking comment section, John. So we had the phone call, me and Sarah and Emmy. And all we tried to do was tell her, seriously, Emmy, this is the fucking worst thing you could possibly do. You're going to lose so much fucking credibility if you've got any, so much fucking integrity for choosing. You've already planned it out, okay? So we know we're flogging.
Right, premeditated.
We know we're flogging a dead horse here. You're coming up with all the kinds of excuses. Like I was saying to her, do you want some help in paying for a rental car? Because that would be a better deal for you right now than actually spending all this time with a fucking predator.
Right.
So if I need to, do you need any help with maybe renting a car? How much is a rented car going to cost? I'm asking her these questions. And of course,
$50 a day around
she's
here.
shooting me down in flames every single time because it's already been decided, right? It's already been decided. So I'm coming up with all these different options for her to not do it with noodles, but she's shooting me down in flames every fucking suggestion I come up with.
Man, not listening to you like that.
At some point, I shut the fucking thing down and I just went, right, Emmy, there's no point in this, okay? It's obvious. It's obvious where you are on this. We're not on the fucking same page. I'm flogging a dead horse. I'm out. And I left that phone call and I completely blocked her from the, you do the
did the
call.
right thing.
Yeah, I blocked her, and as did Sarah. We both just blocked her so she can't get to us in any way possible now. Not in any way.
This don't sound like a disabled person, is what I'm saying.
No, are you kidding me? She's as fucking sprightly as sprightly gets.
Right. She seems right in the head, and she's able to go and do streams all the time and work.
Yeah.
And work with her fingers, and her mind seems okay, and
she
can travel and have fun.
Yeah,
it's not. She doesn't appear disabled to me, and it needs to be investigated.
Yeah,
and I have a right to say and do anything about it.
I put the feelers out even in the conversation as well because I was trying to assess her level of disability.
Right.
So I was kind of saying to her, well, you can go on these trips, right? You go on all these different adventures, all these investigations, everything else. But then she was still pulling the, oh my God, I have to take so many pills just to be able to fucking deal with my fibromyalgia, and all this.
Sure.
And I went, Emmy, do you realize that I've got fibromyalgia? And because I use my mind
That's a fake
over
illness,
matter,
they make that up.
probably because I've been in the military, right? I've got a stronger willpower. I said, do you know that I've been diagnosed with fibromyalgia for the last 5 years and I don't take a single fucking pill for it? Not one. I'm completely toxin free. I don't drink alcohol. I've never tried weed in my life. And I'm not on any meds for my anxiety.
I'm going to have to do a full investigation.
Yes.
I'm going to do an investigation and go to the right sources, and I'm allowed to do it.
Have you still got your PI?
Contact them. Nobody will know. I'm going to contact. Wait until these people go on trips. Then you send them out for an investigation while they're out having trips, having fun.
Because let me tell you now, in the UK, John, right?
They wouldn't put up with that,
I know we're a smaller country, okay? So we've got more resources and everything else. But let me tell you now, when you're claiming disability allowances here in the UK, you can bet your ass, right, that if you're going to go on a night out and have a few drinks and get up on the fucking bar and start fucking dancing like it's fucking Coyote Ugly bar, yeah? You can bet your ass that the what we call the Department of Works and Pensions here, the people who regulate the disability, they monitor it. You can bet your ass that in there somewhere will be somebody who's going to go back to the relevant people and say, or they might even take a photo of them and say, well, here we go. Because people resent people claiming disability here when they don't deserve it or when they're faking it. So people will go out of their way to grasp people up here, because it's basically people with genuine disabilities are being turned down because these people who shouldn't be receiving it are taking the piss, right? So that is the case there, If somebody was to put her under the microscope, if you like, and see all the things that she goes on, all the activities, things that clearly show that she's not a severely disabled person at all, then, her little ivory towers would come crumbling down, because they would be like, nah, no, you're not. No, you're lying. Do you understand?
Right.
See, I speak a lot of sense, right?
I don't like that. You know what I mean? People that do that. I mean, when's the last time they went to? Do they have a doctor saying? I mean, their actions don't go with their. You know what I mean?
No, they don't.
When you're when you're on YouTube day and night, and you can go around slandering people and talking about people and running the court because you have nothing better to do. 18 hours a day and 19 and go on vacations. That's nobody that's disabled.
Because if you think about it, John, what that does is it debunks
and it needs to be investigated.
Just the fact that they're on YouTube for so long, right, and so frequently, that debunks the fact that they're both heavily reliant on drugs, pain medication. You wouldn't be capable of doing that, because they knock you out. They make you drowsy. They're so upbeat and lively on their lives, right? Even that doesn't make sense.
Right.
Because if you were very unwell and off your tits on fucking pain meds, then you wouldn't be able to broadcast on YouTube all fucking day, would you?
Right. Exactly.
You'd need to sleep after taking pain meds, get rest, Every doctor would tell you if you're unwell, the biggest thing you can do is rest. Rest your mind, rest your body. Well, they're not resting anything, are they? Because they're on fucking YouTube 24/7.
Exactly is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
It doesn't come across me as a disabled person. You know what I mean?
No, not at all.
It sounds like somebody that a wolf in sheep's clothing that knows how to play the system and do all this kind of stuff.
Now, I will say that I think that J-Mac is, as I said previously, I think J-Mac is genuinely disabled. But I'll tell you what, he also will do anything to please Emmy. So that's
why he has nothing to offer.
Absolutely nothing else. So he jumps to her fucking tune big time. So they've got to come across with this.
It's called a snip and a cuck.
Yeah, and they've got to come across with this appearance of unity, that they're a team, right? They work together.
It's all a show.
They've got little broadcasting spaces right next to each other. So, they've got to give that appearance, that they're a couple.
Right. It's an appearance.
That's at the helm of this fucking ship called PDX.
Behind the scenes, they hate each other.
Yeah, and I truly
like
believe
cats and dogs, and they hate each other.
Because I also know that J-Mac absolutely hates it whenever Emmy goes on her trips.
Really?
Yeah. He
knows what goes on.
He hates it, John. Absolutely.
He knows what's going on. He's powerless.
Yeah.
They call it a cuck. You know what a cuck is?
Yeah. And in the lead up to her going on any of these trips, or any of these visits, or going to court to file papers against you, in the lead up to it, he becomes like a different fucking person. He does get angry about it, that she's going.
Yeah.
His mood completely changes because he can't stand it. He's insecure.
Well, he should be.
And he feels She's
having dinner dates and motels with the gremlin elf while he's sitting at home.
Exactly.
With his pants down to his ankles.
Which was another reason which was another reason why me and Sarah said she shouldn't be going anywhere with Noodles. She's a married woman, right? It's
Well,
not
I
a
don't care. They
good
have
job.
open relationships. They stayed in a motel room together.
Yeah,
Why
but
do you
I'm
think
saying
she did this for him?
in general.
It's all for him. Don't you get it?
Yeah, and what I'm trying to say is in
J-Mac
general,
can get a divorce.
you know, I'm a good girl, right? If I'm with somebody, I don't want to give them a reason to worry about me
But they
being
don't have
away.
class. They don't have any kind of, do you know what I mean? They don't have
Yeah.
any kind of morals.
And more importantly, why don't they fucking go and do things together? Why don't they go and
Because they don't love each other. Don't you
No,
understand?
exactly.
But you can't get anything better. They don't
It's
love
all
each other. There's no love in that relationship.
it's all a facade, John, isn't it?
Exactly.
All of it.
Exactly.
And this is
Fake
the common
disabilities. It's
this is
all
a
facade.
And isn't this a common thread throughout with all of them? You know, Noodles, Bianca, they all pretend to be something they're fucking not. You know?
Right. They all pretend to be in love when
Exactly.
they're bisexual. They don't love anybody. They
No.
just
There's nothing genuine, and that's why I used
they're
the word.
phonies. Do you know what
That's
phonies
why I
are?
used the word earlier, hollow. That explains it perfectly, because nothing's genuine. Nothing is true to life, you know? It's all fucking hollow. It's all just a fucking an emptiness. They're just pretending to be everything, you know? There's no
Right.
substance to it at all, you know? So that's why they're
Right.
all the losers that they are. You know, I
Right.
pride myself on the fact that whether you like me or you don't like me, I don't give a fuck. But I will always tell you, I'll own my own shit, and I'll always tell you, you know, what I think about people, whether that makes me fucking unpopular or not. I don't care. I'm a
They're
truth
hollow.
teller.
They're hollow. They have no substance in them.
No, none whatsoever. No
They're
depth.
easy to crack. They're hollow.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why they get bent out of shape when you talk about them, because they're hollow.
Yeah,
They
that's
know
right.
you figure them out, and they can't stand that you figured them out.
Yeah.
And you went in detail. I learned a lot by all this. I didn't know all this stuff.
So they're way, way more fragile than you think by being so hollow. That makes complete sense, right? Imagine an egg being so brittle, you know? So all you've got to do is just find those little fucking bits and pieces, and you could completely fucking smash them in a nanosecond. You know, so I think
Right.
I've
They
given
have
you
no foundation. They're hollow.
no, I've given you a lot of little insights into things today.
This
Are
tennis
you
player
kidding me?
said you were in their chat.
I've blocked PDX's channel. I won't be on there. And quit saying that everybody's blocked me. Nobody's blocked me. I blocked them. You'll never see me on a PDX fucking panel. Get the fuck out of here. You don't know the story. You don't know the truth. So stop fucking throwing. Like,
So you're saying they have an unhappy marriage. She goes around there probably cheating on different guys, but she's nothing to look at anyway, and and it's all show how happily they are.
Well, I think, to be honest, John, I'm gonna turn that around a little bit. I think Emmy is as good as J-Mac can get. So I will say that I think there are feelings there when it comes to J-Mac for Emmy. It's Emmy who basically just shits all over that, you know?
Exactly.
I mean,
exactly.
I
He's
wouldn't
the
be
bad one, not him.
I wouldn't be happy if I was trying to get into bed, you know, not literally now, but if I was trying to get on side with Bergs, I wouldn't be happy if my partner was trying to seduce people like Blue Waffles. It all makes J-Mac fucking miserable, but he just pretends to be on board with it all. You know, because as I said, Emmy calls all the fucking shots in that relationship, you know?
He should get rid of her, really. I mean,
Yeah, absolutely he should.
really, he has the power.
Yeah.
He's the money.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, it's not the other way around.
I mean, what's she with him for? His fucking sparkling personality.
Why is she with him? Why are they together?
I think because they're similar creatures. I think they're both capable of shady shit.
Absolutely, but she
if
puts
you
them up
if you
to it.
if you listen to Sarah, that goes back a long, long way. I mean, I would know because I only knew about PDX in last year, right? Latter part of last year, or
Right.
maybe the beginning of this year. But what I'm saying is this: is that Sarah has had way more time in Camp PDX to figure out the dynamics that goes on in there, you know? And
Right.
according to her, oh my God, this has been a common thread throughout for a very, very long time.
So she has a
No-
history of acting the way she does.
yeah, and nothing has ever been rosy in the fucking garden there with that couple.
My God, it's not
No,
as rosy as they claim to be. Then they have.
no, not at
That
all.
explains why she spent a motel room with the Gremlin elf.
Yep, absolutely.
But he wants a man. He don't want.
And
But
then
then again,
Emmy, it should be, if you think about it, if she loved her husband so much, right, and he is as disabled as he is, then surely as a doting and committed partner, wouldn't you be spending all of your time taking care of him and keeping him happy and content? Instead of darting all over and jumping on every opportunity you've got to go and spend time with somebody fucking else, right?
right. And she was hitting on me for quite a while in the past.
Yeah.
At one time, and then
Yeah.
that
Do you
blew.
think do you think
She
she's
found out she
attractive,
couldn't have
John?
me.
I just wondered, do you think she's attractive?
Yeah.
Did you hear the question, John?
No, I didn't hear it.
Do you think Emmy is an attractive woman?
No. When you take a good look,
Yeah.
she's nah. She looks. You ever hear the term rough? Very rough.
Yeah.
And it's a personality, you know what I mean? You can't trust somebody like that, and she's a
And
married woman.
I'm just going to throw this out here. She blows so much smoke out of her own ass when it comes to how she thinks she looks. I would,
Really?
oh my God, yeah. When she
Your
went in,
volume's very low, Avoid. Why is it so low?
I don't know. You know, when she went into Bad Cause, right? To introduce herself into that fucking new community, right? Then apparently she had no qualms. I mean, I was cringing listening to this. She was basically telling everybody she was restreaming the live for her community. And she kept saying, look how they think that I've had cheek implants because my cheeks are so beautiful. I'm like, what the
Boy, is
fuck?
this lady lost.
Like, even if you thought that, right? You're not gonna fucking say it. Like, who does that? So I'm telling you now, I think she's also a borderline fucking narcissist. I absolutely do. But then that's gonna only get worse by spending time around a narcissist like fucking Noodles, right? That's only gonna get worse.
Right.
Because it rubs off, right? You spend enough time or have enough contact with somebody, their traits are going to rub off on you.
I know
And
she's very jealous of you.
yeah. I think J Mac, would say some pretty complimentative things, when
Really? J Mac, a married man, would be saying stuff to you in a sexual way, basically.
well, like I don't know. He kind of just made it. He kept saying things like, oh, is it any wonder that John loves a void? So little subtle things like that. Even though I'm not saying that you do.
Why is a married man worried about other women?
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Why are married men so worried about other women and married women worried about this guy? You know what I mean? Like worried about other guys and staying in the motel room with them. If I was married and my wife stayed in the motel room or went on a trip with another guy, I'd boot her ass right out of the damn door.
Oh my God, John! I wouldn't even entertain them for another
boot
second.
her ass right out of there. First of all, I
They'd
wouldn't
be
even be with somebody like that.
ejected out of my fucking life in a nanosecond. It's not something that anybody with an IQ does. It's not somebody. To be really honest, as well, if he's in such a bad way, it makes her very heartless as well, you know, because how the fuck does that make him feel? You know, I'm always aware, if I'm with a partner, I'm always very aware, you know, that maybe they're going to feel insecure at times, that they're going to not be happy with me going out where other men are going to be looking at me or other men are going to be flirting. And I won't go there, you know, I won't go on that night out. You have to be able to read your partner, you know, and then act accordingly.
Right. Well,
You
it's
don't want to
different
eat,
around over there. These people are different because they're trash.
and
It's called
they
being
have
trashy.
no values or
No
morals
values. They have no values.
or
No nothing.
morals.
What kind of person goes 3,500 miles to simp up for somebody, to put a complaint on against somebody, and then goes to a motel and spends 3 days with them?
Yeah.
And the cuck. That's what makes him a cuck. And he sits there and he don't say nothing. He's okay with it.
Yeah, I know.
It devalues him as a man, which he isn't.
Absolutely. And let's face it, you know, women do enough of that these days as it is. You know, I'm the opposite to a feminist. I fucking hate these women who break men down and
Yes, he
make them
breaks them
lose their
down.
identity. I mean, I can't stand these fucking feminists. They should all be
Yeah.
lined up and fucking shot, you know?
They break their men down, and
They do, and it's
they
terrible.
feel more powerful that way.
I
While
love
eating
the
another
old
Snickers bar.
we all need to go back to the beginning, you know, learn from our fucking grandparents, learn from the dynamics of their relationship.
And then
It's
their
so
kids turn out the way they do. You know, you wonder why their kids
exactly,
turn out that way.
you know, when my grandparents, you know, they were so dedicated to each other, they never cheated on each other. They knew each other's place, each other's role. Neither of them complained about that. He went out to bring home the bacon. She took care of the kids and she took care of the house. Everybody knew where they stood, you know, and they had a mutual respect for each other for what they brought to the table in that relationship. And I loved that, you know. But now all you've got is fucking women. A man can't ever do enough for a woman, whatever he does. He can't do right for doing fucking wrong. You know, he opens a door for a woman and a fucking woman goes, I'm more than capable of opening the fucking door myself, actually. Yeah, fuck off with that shit. It's called being a gentleman. You know, it's called, you know, I don't give a fuck whether people say, oh, romance is dead. No, we need to bring it back, okay? We need to bring the old-fashioned values back where everybody knows where they fucking stand. Everybody knows, you know, no fucking whining, complaining, no bashing the man for not coming up to speed or not meeting expectations. You know, like own your own shit. It should be an equal relationship, you know, fucking equal, end of.
Well, what do you have to say to PDX for doing what she did? Is there a way you could, if there's something you could tell her if she was listening, what would you say to her? Like, that can change her ways, or?
No, Emmy, what I would say to you is you praised me when I did come on. You praised me for being a truth speaker, a truth teller on your panel. You said I was a true person, a real person who speaks her mind no matter what, whether it's popular or not. You praised me for that. And then when I tried to give you my wholehearted fucking advice to stay the fuck away from Noodles and to not go on the trip with him, to not fucking exploit MMD anymore than Noodles already is, and what a bad luck all of this was going to be for you and the backlash you were going to get from it. I did my absolute utmost to help you and to guide you and steer you in the right direction, and you opted to completely and utterly ignore that. So now, right, you've just got to fucking take what you're given, lady. Because somebody really did try to give you some fantastic fucking advice. You chose to ignore it. And now, I'm sorry, but no, I don't think anybody's got any respect for you. I don't think anybody's got any fucking trust in you. And the loyalty is soon going to fucking wane. I think your channel is going to end up self-imploding because of the decision making and the shots you're calling right now. Because you're putting the likes of Noodles above your own fucking community. And there you
Above
go.
her own husband.
Above your own husband as well, yeah. Well, of course, her husband is a part of the fucking community, isn't he? You know?
How about
So
lying, making false reports up, trying to get me in trouble? The simp for noodles.
yeah,
It's called trying to set somebody up. You ever hear that term?
yeah. And Tricep Bra says, Lolly, I wish you were on panel instead of a Voight. This woman is so boring. Well, do you know
She's
what,
not
Tricep
boring.
Bra?
She
I've
tells
been
it like
called
it is.
I've been called many, many
Look,
fucking things in my
MJ.
life.
MJ the simp
Fucking
is over here.
boring is not one of them, all right, Tricep Bra? So, you know, if you think anybody's more fucking interesting than me, if you think you're more fucking interesting than me, take the fucking link. Get up here. Prove me right. Prove me wrong.
What do you
If
think
you're
about this
so-
MJ that's going on a trip with these people, according to you? She's in chat saying you're insufferable.
Yeah, I know. MJ, I don't expect anything different from you. But then again, you know, you have got a wonky eye. So I think you've got a fucking wonky mind as well. So there you go. You're not thinking straight, just like your eye isn't straight. Okay. So trot on. Oh, you're here for Lolly and John. Oh, wow. Does Lolly know that? Really? Does Lolly know that you're there for her, MJ? Because she really fucking idolizes you, you know? MJ, Lolly is back. You're on borrowed time. Yeah, see, MJ. Yeah, you're not a Lolly fan, and fucking Lolly sure as shit isn't a fan of yours. So why you're trying to fucking cheerlead for Lolly in here is that's insufferable, actually. She's a low life stalker, I admit with you. I agree with you, Duckling. Absolutely.
Now, what do you think about Seasons? I mean, what if you had to say something about Seasons? What do you think about her? What do you think about this breakup, on and off relationship?
Get
This
off
fake
the fucking
relationship.
internet, Bianca. Get off the internet and focus on your fucking role in life. You're being the worst example and role model possible for your fucking children. Okay? The worst. And they should be your priority. When we bring children into the world, they are our world. They become our world. I will never understand this. I didn't even come onto YouTube until my children were on the verge of leaving home. That's what a dedicated mother I was. Okay? So these women with young children, you know, and especially children with issues, fucking focus on them and get off the fucking internet. You've got a big job to do, you know? You've got to release these children into the world as well-grounded, you know, children with values, you know, children with beautiful hearts and children, you know, that are going to be productive in society. You're not really fucking showing them the way, are you? When all you're doing, what your productiveness is to be on fucking YouTube with the shadiest of people possible all fucking day, you know, and going out, getting up to the fucking shadiest of fucking fuckery all day. It's a terrible way to be showing the way for your children. The children are the future, okay? My children don't have to. They don't know I'm on YouTube. They don't watch me on YouTube. So now I can be myself on YouTube. But I waited until they left home before I came on here and started talking and making myself known. Do the same, Bianca. You know, do the same. Do better. You need to do better for their fucking sakes. Because you should never be the priority. The minute you give birth to those children, they become the priority. End of. Am I right, John?
Absolutely.
So there you go. Like these young fucking women, there are younger women than me on here who still have dependent children. Like, what the fuck are you doing spending more time on here than with them? It makes no fucking sense. Like I said, I would never even entertain it until mine had their own lives to live. And I'd made sure that the world were ready for them and they were ready for the world. I sacrificed everything up until that point. You seem to be too fucking selfish to do that. And it's going to be damaging for the kids. So for the love of God, try and do something now before it's too little and too fucking late for your children.
Do you have any advice for the gremlin elf, Noodles? How he could change his life around, or if it's possible, or is he too far gone?
I absolutely way too far gone. He's in a world of his fucking own. He's in the fucking Twilight Zone. I hope and pray that somebody somewhere is monitoring him and making sure that he is not able to travel to these fucking countries. I don't think his reign of being a predator is anywhere close to being done. So, for the love of God, get off YouTube, number one. And number two, can somebody please make sure that he is not a threat to fucking children anywhere in the world?
Wow. Anything about J-Mac? How should he handle the problems that he's going through that he's not telling anybody? You know what I mean? With
Yeah.
the actions.
J-Mac needs to grow a pair. J-Mac, you're the man of the house. You should be the one wearing the trousers, not your 5'2" little fucking wife. She's like a little fucking Rottweiler. But really, just grow a pair. Stand up to her. Quit being a fucking doormat to Emmy. And take control of the situation. Take control of her. Because she needs to be fucking reined in. Again, before it's too little too late. Get a grip of her and get a grip of your life together.
What about this MJ? What advice for her? Because she's going around all these people and trying to, look for like acceptance or something, in my opinion. What do you think about this woman?
To MJ, I would say you need maybe a little bit of time of self-reflection and possibly off of YouTube. You really do need to realize, if you have any, that is, to have some self-respect, some self-dignity, and more importantly, some self-worth. Because right now, it's pitiful. The look you have right now is pitiful. Know your self-worth and empower yourself. So you don't need to go around everywhere to find yourself, to make yourself feel relevant. I don't need that anywhere, no matter what best pet tennis player says. I know exactly what I'm worth. I know what I bring to the table. I'm not thirsty for fucking attention. John, when was the last time, did you ever see me on here? When was the last time did you see me on anybody's panel? I'm not thirsty for that. I'm more than happy staying in my own lane. I'm more than happy living on my own. I'm more than happy with my own self. You have to be happy in your own skin. And MJ, that's all. The only advice I can give you is learn to like yourself and then maybe love yourself. That's not a narcissistic thing. Everything has to start with you being able to care and love yourself. It all starts there for you to be, a normal, decent human being. So that's the advice I would give her.
She doesn't love herself.
She doesn't at all. I think there's a bit of self-loathing in there, to be honest. And she needs to address that. And I don't think you're going to really address it while you're doing what you're doing on YouTube, because it's taking up so much of your fucking time and effort. So work on yourself, MJ, would be my advice to her.
Yeah, she'll be paying a whole trip if they go. What do you think about them all going for a trip? They really don't even like each other, I don't believe. It's all for views, and they think they're going to get money, right? Is that why they...
Yeah. It's, again, John, we're back to the same thing. It's a facade. I'm sick and tired of it. That's why I don't watch any of it. It's just all a joke. There's no substance to it. It's not genuine. We all know it's fake as fuck, So I don't understand these people who get any kick out of it or any
I
enjoyment.
don't get it. I don't go to any of their channels. I don't even watch them. I hear everything right here that I need to know.
I mean, it's
Or
not
sent to me.
entertaining in the least, at least, like, I'm going to go back to somebody that's not affiliated to this channel. Let's just think about Savage Live, yeah? You know how long she's been around, John?
Right.
She's been in the same team, the pirate ship, that they're friends forever, So when they have their little vacays together, they do when about 3 times a year. They go to the beach for one, they gather together. That is absolutely entertaining when you see those. You see the depth there. You see the connection there. You see the friendship there, the genuine friendship. Now, that is entertaining to watch. You should see the views that gets when they do these little vacays together, because it's all genuine. So it's funny as fuck, because they call each other out for things. They take the piss out of each other. But it's genuine fun, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, but
And
tricep bra,
yeah,
Heidi, tricep bra says, avoid thinks parents can't enjoy some downtime on YouTube and still raise kids. Not when you're over there drinking and doing drugs
no,
18 hours a day in a parking
no,
lot. That's not
no,
taking downtime.
no, absolutely not.
See,
That
they're
is,
simping. They're simping for seasons. They're
and
really
I'm sorry, but it's fucking selfish. It's downright selfish.
selfish. They're all selfish.
They're all
PBX,
selfish.
seasons,
It's
the
so,
crab, they're all
John, to
selfish.
me, it's almost as if they're not prepared to actually sacrifice fuck all for their kids. Now,
Right. They use them
you've
as a money tool.
I know your situation. I know that that you dote on your daughter and you couldn't love her more if you possibly tried. You raised her, right?
Right.
Everything you want and you need goes on the back fucking burner, right?
That's right. And she
Especially
was
when
raised
they're
right.
young.
That's why she's successful.
Yeah, and I never ever, and so are mine. I mean, my son is on the top designs game makers in Tokyo for the Xbox and the PlayStation. He actually was headhunted by them when he was 26. The top
Wow.
Xbox and PlayStation designs team in Tokyo, for the love of God. His name is going to be on the credits of every new game released from 2025 onwards.
Yeah. Well, see, these other people don't know how to raise their kids. I'm serious. I mean,
and I had to put them both through university myself as well, after my divorce. I had to work 6 jobs to do that, John. That there was no time for fucking YouTube.
right.
There was no time to be bitch slapping people. There was no time to be causing fuckery on YouTube. So there's a big difference between, judging parents for not having downtime. The fact is that you don't actually really have any downtime. The downtime you have is when they're asleep.
Right.
When they're actually asleep. That's the only downtime you have. That's how you raise that. When you give your children your all and you nurture them and you show them the right way, that's when you have children like mine. And I'm not blowing smoke out of my own ass, because it was so much fucking hard work. But it was full of sacrifice. One sacrifice after another. I couldn't get my hair done. I couldn't go to a hairdresser's. I didn't have 2 hours to spare. I couldn't afford it. They needed money. You know yourself, John. We have to give up more or less everything.
Yeah, I wasn't on YouTube, that's for sure.
What we want, what we need, what would make us feel like any kind of fun, right? It goes out the fucking window.
Right.
And you don't begrudge them a second.
Right.
You don't begrudge it for 1 minute, because you know that was your purpose from the second that you brought them into the world.
That's correct. That's correct. And how could people support somebody like that? That's really,
I don't understand.
and like the elf and this person, I mean, are they that warped in the mind? Maybe they're like them. Maybe that's why they like them so much. They think like them,
Well, I did recently ask Carl. He was in the same comment section that you and I were in yesterday. And you know how you said that Carl 2.0 had said that I had died. And of course he said, no, I never said that, and John is a criminal or something like that, you know. So me being me, I addressed Carl 2.0, you know, and I said to him, well, you know, this shit between you and John is beginning to be like the fucking Israel-Palestine fucking shit show. It's been going on forever now. It's getting lame. It's getting boring, yeah? But more than anything, I said, if you are a great person, and he's never been anything but kind to me and respectful with me. But I did say to him at the end of the day, though, you still support and back Noodles and
Right.
you know.
Right.
So, that's always going to keep coming back to the surface. It's always going to
Right.
be the only thing that I find very questionable about
Right.
you, And I said, and that
And do
goes
we
for
really know who
everything.
this guy is and why he's hiding? I mean, in this state, if you're a sexual predator and get caught, you cannot be on YouTube. So
No,
some of them try to hide their identity, like Carlos.
like Carl.
Right. Why is he hiding his identity and his voice and all that? Because in this country, if you're convicted of being that, you're not allowed to be on YouTube.
Right. Well, I didn't know that he has Carl been convicted of that?
Well, why? He's acting like a convicted person of that. And Berg said he was convicted of it, so I don't know.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't believe anything he says. I think it's more it's more like being a condoner of a convicted paedophile, isn't it? Which is Noodles. Like
Oh, absolutely.
we're all always going to question why.
It's called endorsing it. They're endorsing it.
Exactly.
They're all endorsing it.
And
that means they're part of it.
And also enabling it, right? Enabling it as well.
Right. So they're part of it.
Because what they should be is completely outraged by this person, right? Especially women with children. But you don't see it, right? You don't see it in there. It's like he's fucking Mary Poppins, like he's never done anything like that. But they're all aware of it and they still fucking fangirl it with him anyway. And they're mothers, for fuck's sake. It makes no sense to me. It makes no sense.
Because they agree to it. They're part of it.
Yeah.
They endorse it. They're the same.
Right. What does a Voight think of John befriending and modding Jeff H., who got caught sending CP to people?
No, he
Is it a bit hypocritical? Tricep Bra, I can actually give you an answer for that one right now. Lolly actually told me off when I was a regular on the panel here, when I was a big part of the John's channel, and me and Lolly were regulars, keeping the panel going while John was doing his work, etc. I'm actually the only person, and this also includes German Lady. I'm the only person that actually called Botter out. Because I didn't give a fuck. No way was I going to be in the same space as him, knowing what he's done to so many fucking people on YouTube that I care about. And how traumatized those people have been. But let's not forget something here, okay? We all know how young Botter was when that shit started going down, all right? Now, I don't believe for 1 second that a child of that age, like imagining my son of that age, waking up one day and thinking it's going to be a fucking hoot to send CP to random innocent people on the internet. So who was the puppet master in all of that? Surprise, surprise, it was fucking Noodles again, right? It was Noodles. So Noodles, in my opinion, was a child groomer to Botter as well. That's my opinion. Because he was the one that instigated everything. He just got Botter to carry it out. He was the mastermind, but then just used Botter because he was so young and naive to do whatever the fuck he told him to do. I don't think he had I think he was too naive to realize how serious a fucking offense that was that he was doing. But he's also been punished for that. Botter at least has faced repercussions, even though he was a very young child and led by a much older man who should know way fucking better. But he has paid the fucking price. He has had some repercussion. I'm not excusing it, but he did go to jail, right? So he did have to face. But, a part of me can't help but think, well, excuse me, it's almost like there was injustice for one and justice for the other one, right? Because fucking Noodles was never held accountable, and he called all the shots when it came to all that shit going down. Am I right, John?
Absolutely.
I'm not defending it. I'm just trying to imagine that for 1 second, that even if an adult did ask my sons at such a young age, will you send to somebody's phone? My God, my sons wouldn't even know what CP was at the age Botter was at the time. So come on now, let's really think critically here. He had to be very heavily influenced by somebody. He had to be very heavily directed and instructed by somebody. He certainly wasn't the instigator for all of that shit. He was 100% the puppet, with a puppet master being fucking Noodles. And he has yet to be held accountable for his part in all of that, while he's living his best fucking life 24/7 on thing. But when Botter was in when he first appeared in John's channel, whenever Lolly and John were out of the way, you can ask him yourself. I went straight at him because that's how I am. I can't turn a blind eye. I absolutely said to him, you were a piece of shit for doing that. How fucking dare you? Blah, 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 blah. But then Lolly corrected me and said, do you have any proof that he did that? And I get it, okay? That Lolly, knew that Botter was there for the sake of John and Lolly, and I shouldn't have been challenging what they were deciding. So I understand why Lolly called me out for that. But I did have a go at him, and he himself can't even deny that. So there you go. Is that a good explanation, John?
Yes.
Thank you. And Bergs wants a link again.
Bergs, he's not all there in the head,
No. And when he comes up here, he's just going to scream all over you, scream all over me. He's going to annoy the fuck out of you. I'll zone out. So
he talks to Noodles, and he talks to all these guys behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Don't trust him. That's all I'm saying.
No, well, it's your channel, John. I mean, you want to bring him up, you bring him up.
Yeah, he can come up.
Okay. Hold on then, Biggs. I think I know how to do this now.
I'm on my lunch break. We can bring him up.
Okay.
Last time, he didn't come up when we gave him a link. He's afraid to talk about PDX or the cabbage or the crab or Noodles or seasons. He's afraid. He's a cowardly lion.
Right.
I don't know, why is he so afraid of his own shadow?
Well,
is he that? You know what I mean? I mean, all you're doing is giving your opinion. I mean, this guy is afraid of his own shadow to give his opinion. Like, what a weird character, man.
I mean, the thing with Bergs, though, you've got to remember, John, is unlike you, you're willing to take a strong a strong-minded woman's opinion on board. You may not agree with it, you may not be on board with it, but you're absolutely willing to give that person an opportunity to speak, right? You want to know what their perspective is on things. Right. Bergs is somebody who's not open to that at all. He's intimidated by strong-minded women.
Yes.
His ego can't fucking bear it, which is why whenever he's ever appeared on a panel with me, all it is one big
Right. He's
bombardment of
intimidated
fucking
by
insults.
he's
It's straight
intimidated
to
by
stolen
strong-minded women. He's
valor.
intimidated by them.
Yeah, straight to stolen valor because he's got
Or
nothing else.
bossy women he's
He's
intimidated
got
by.
no
too.
other dirt on me because I've never wronged anyone on YouTube. So he's got nothing else against me. So he'll go absolutely straight to stolen valor.
Thanks, Buckley.
Shut up, stolen valor. Shut the fuck up, stolen valor. Nobody cares. You're a troll. You're a troll. You're a troll, which is 100% not true. You know, I'm not a troll. I'm up here being myself.
He's
So how can I be a troll?
He's intimidated by the crab and strong-minded women. He's
Yeah.
intimidated by.
Yeah.
You know, he's afraid to talk.
Which is why he did everything in his power.
A person like you intimidate him, you know?
Yeah. And Jill, he managed to break Jill down. You know, Jill was a shadow of a former self before becoming, you know,
right,
the woman to him.
Berg's challenge is to break a woman down. See? Just like PDX tries to break men down, he tries to break women down.
Oh my God, yeah, absolutely.
You know, it's the same way, only flip-flopping. And they're both under the influence of something. One pills, the other alcohol.
Yeah, because imagine now, right? If you say, for example, right, you were in a relationship, a new relationship with Emmy from PDX, right?
Oh God!
Like, can you fucking imagine it? Right? It would be like the Clash of the Titans. Like you'd lose your ever living shit with her, wouldn't you? You know, you wouldn't fucking put up with her for 1 second. You know?
No. Her ass would be out the door.
I think you've got the old-fashioned values where the man...
Her ass would going on a trip with another guy. I wouldn't be involved with somebody that does that,
no,
number one.
I know.
Her ass would be out the door under my roof doing that.
Yeah.
Are you crazy?
No.
If she was still alive, her ass would be out the door.
Exactly. And you know the basic dynamics of a relationship. And theirs is completely and utterly fucked up. It's not right. You know,
right.
and
Bergs would put up with that. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, he would. I believe.
Bergs would put up with it. You know.
Well, he's had the link now. Is he? Is he? Anyway, I can't see it.
He's intimidated by you, so he's not going to come up. Oh. Don't you get it? It's like drawing a line in the sand. You know. When you call him out, he's intimidated.
Oh, so Best Tennis Player says we need some energy on panel. So he means Bergs, right? The snake avoid is starting to go dry. Well, I haven't stopped
Avoid gave some good
yet.
information, very good information, and really exposes people.
Well, I can give you little insights, right? Because you know I've had a chance to have a little peek at other people and figure them out for myself. And I've got to admit, it's been an eye opener for me, and I made the decision where I know why you avoid. I know.
Avoid really let these people have it today. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't care. It's fine.
You know they got migraine headaches now. They don't know how to handle this.
No, I know.
They're all going to get together under a secret meeting,
and the thing is,
try to figure out how to do damage control, because right now they're all huddling. You know what I mean? All the losers you were talking about, and like figure out how to.
And also the thing is that people, I think what frustrates people the most is that I still have the same attitude I had in 2019 when I came on YouTube, John. Whether anybody believes it or not is irrelevant to me, okay? But I did serve in the military for 9 to 10 years. So no one on YouTube and nothing on YouTube could possibly be the worst fucking thing that's ever happened in my life. So I'm on here and I don't actually give a flying fuck how you all feel about me, what you think about me.
I don't either what they think, you know?
No, I don't either. I know we're very similar creatures in that way. We really don't care. I know what my worth is, and I know I haven't wronged anyone. So the fact that Best Tennis Player keeps calling me a snake is unbelievable to me, because I haven't been on fucking YouTube.
Well, he likes noodles, you know that? He's like a noodles.
Is he really?
He's a noodle supporter.
Best Tennis Player.
Yeah, he has a wrench over noodles.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
And I'm the snake.
Somebody
best
sent me all the
friend.
screenshots. I don't care because I like best tennis player, but I mean he is a Noodle supporter too. That's why he's attacking you, I think.
And how's Harley doing? Because I know we had our spat as well. Is she still coming in here?
Who?
Harley.
Who? Holly Undead?
No, Harley.
Oh, Harley. Yeah, she was in here the other day, but yesterday or the last time I went live. Avoid, get out of here.
I know. And get lost avoid from Lolly. Thanks, Miss Lolly. That's really nice. I take it
Do
you're
you
feeling
think?
I take it you're feeling better then, Lolly.
Do you think Bergs neglects his parents in a way that the music and all that's what the general consensus is saying.
Yeah,
Carl
I
the
do.
Crab is saying that, and Bergs
Yeah.
is running scared.
It's not appropriate, is it, to behave? It's first of all, it's not appropriate for him to behave like that anyway. To be playing guitar in outside a garage is a pretty sad fucking look for a man of that age. He should be, at this time of life, right, and with a lack of the sparkling personality that he has, he hasn't got much going for him. If I was him, I wouldn't be on YouTube. I'd be desperately trying to find the love of a good woman. You're running out of time, Bergs. And quite honestly, I don't have much hope for you either because of the way you treat women. I don't know of one single woman that I know in my life that would tolerate you for more than 5 fucking minutes before telling you to sling your hook. So Bergs is a woman hater. He doesn't know how to behave with a woman, he just doesn't. There's nothing charming about him. Give Noodles his due here. He is a bit of a schmoozer, right? He can turn the charm on. He says himself, he's the king of charisma. He's got this smooth thing. But the thing is, you're being lured into something fucking pretty dark, that's the only thing with him, but if you don't know him, if you didn't know him at all and you didn't know anything about his background,
right?
I
Like
can
anybody.
imagine he could fucking charm the birds out of the tree. I'm imagining that. But then when you get to know who he really is, make a fucking run for your life. Do you know what I mean? It's like fucking get the fuck away from him.
But is Bergs is that called parent neglect when you're playing your guitar real loud and your parents want it lowered? And
well, I can tell you this. My sons, they were both very good self-taught drummers, and I turned one of the bedrooms in our house into a drumming room for them. Did I feel like they were taking advantage of me? Now, bearing in mind, this is when they were 15. Did I feel like they were taking advantage of mum, who was willing for them to have their passion? Was it unbearable for mum to walk around the rest of the house doing chores, basically for them, while they bashed away on the drums with all the fucking chandeliers like bashing away and shaking around the house? Yeah, they took advantage of mum's kindness and mum's willingness for them to follow their passion. But did I then, a couple of years after that, decide enough is enough now? We moved properties and at that property, people around us, there was a couple with a heavily pregnant woman. There was a couple who were elderly. Yeah. Now, we're talking living in a cul-de-sac, not just the house that we lived in. The people, we're talking about the neighbors, the people around us. Did I look around at all these people, take everything into account, and think that it was a terrible idea that my sons continue to play their drums for at least four hours a day? Absolutely. Did it really, really piss my sons off? No, because I'd raised them well enough for them to have the common sense to know that this was no longer the place where they could do the same thing as we could do in a different property. So they gave up their drumsticks. They gave up the drums. That's being considerate of everybody around you, right? Which would I've raised my children to be. The fact that obviously we're talking about my sons being 15, 16 at the time, and Berg's being around the same age as us, right, John? It's
yes,
it's fucking surreal to me. It's mind blowing to me, because that guy, if that guy doesn't have that basic common sense or that basic consideration for others when he's our fucking age, my sons had it when they were 15 and 16 to know, yeah, this isn't fair on the people around me, to be making all this noise playing the drums. They had that when they were 15 and 16.
They don't have any feelings. You know what I mean? They're not compassionate.
That's right. Well, my sons did. They got it straight away. I didn't even really need to explain it.
There's a difference, though, with your son and Bergs. Bergs is a grown-ass man with elderly parents. It's a big difference in a kid.
I mean, nobody should even be telling Bergs, you shouldn't be doing that. Bergs should know himself he shouldn't be fucking doing that. Because when you grow up, it's almost like he's got the same mindset as a fucking 12-year-old. I'm going to do what I want, right? I'm just going to do what I want. Fuck everybody else. I don't care what anybody else thinks. Well, I'm sorry. But, you've had the life that you've had because of your fucking parents. Have some fucking respect for them. Have some thought for them, Have some consideration for them. The fact that he has none is just something I can't even digest, It's just fucking astounding to me.
It's beyond belief, because there's a video around over here.
Yeah.
About him, his parents, his mom's telling him, please stop, and he said, I'm going live anyway, so no, I'm not going to stop.
Oh my God!
You didn't know that?
What?
It's on my community tab and on Blue Knievel's tab.
Oh my God!
His mom is begging him to stop it. Stop it, please stop.
Oh my God, Tony Stark.
And he says, no, I'm live. I'm not stopping making a noise. How do you think this conversation got started from way back?
Oh my God. It's appalling. Absolutely appalling.
Your dad is sick, she says. Your dad is sick, and we don't want to hear the music. And he kept going anyway. He didn't care about his own dad, who's 90 years old.
Isn't he the kind of guy, right, who would 100% shove his parents in a fucking care home, so he would have the run of that house to himself when it's actually their home, He would so take advantage of how elderly and vulnerable they are. I mean, it's appalling to me. I can't help but try and put myself into their headspace. And what they must feel, if they've given him their all, and this is what they're getting in return when they need his support and his consideration more than ever, right? As you're getting older, the latter part of your life. I can't even begin to imagine how betrayed they must feel in their minds, and wondering how have we ended up with this piece of shit as a son, right? When we've given him everything that we possibly could, and this is what we're getting in return. I'd be mortified if I was that mother, mortified.
I mean, and I have. His number one supporter is PDX now. You know that?
John, can you speak up a bit, because best tennis player is falling asleep?
His number one supporter now is PDX. Bergs' number one supporter.
Really?
Yeah, she's trying to worm, because he's intimidated by women like that, and bully women too. Not only
but is he he's flirting with her, right, John? He's flirting with her.
Yeah. He figures, well, the Gremlin Elf got a piece, I want a piece too. That's how.
Yeah. Not only that though, but is he also thinking, because she's kind of putting herself out there as open for all, right?
Right. Now you get it. She's
Do you
putting
know what I mean?
herself open in it, like, I'm available is what she's doing.
Exactly.
Here's some money, I'm willing to give you some money even, for some.
Yeah. And this is a married woman, so it just goes to show how kind of skewed J Mac's mind is. If he's what a doormat is all I can say. If he literally cheers her on as she does this because of the narrative she gives. She gives the narrative that she's going into all these people's channels because she really, really. Oh, hang on a minute.
She's
John,
putting herself out there to guide, to see who will come along.
Molly Poppin wants you to see it, as he's asking you, do you want to see a magic trick? Boot the vote off the panel and watch how your numbers will grow.
Why, my numbers are all right. I like a voice. A voice is really exposing these people.
Well, I'm letting John things know that he didn't know already, and I'm hoping use it to your advantage. Use it to your advantage by all means, because I don't like, unlike what Lolly thinks, I simp for fucking nobody, absolutely nobody. So yeah,
And it's all opinion here. You know what I mean? We're having a discussion with opinion. You know how they take it, like I'm being attacked and all this because they don't want to be.
well, exactly.
They don't want free speech of opinion over here.
And even I can see Lolly's comment up there in the chat as well. Again, putting simping in there. Well, who am I simping for? Because if I'm simping for anybody right now, Lolly, it's John, right? Because I'm giving John information. I'm basically on John's side. So the only person that you could possibly say I'm simping for right now, when I'm slating PDX, and I couldn't even slate Noodles more if I fucking tried, the only person that you can actually call me simping to right now is John. And you simp enough for him. You simp for him more than anybody else, Lolly. Okay, so I'm sorry, but I've missed talking to John. Okay, I miss talking to him. I actually miss talking to you, believe it or not. I miss the dynamic that we had going there for a while, with you working and then chiming in every now and again and me and Lolly talking. I don't know where this newfound hate for me has come from, Lolly, because I certainly don't have it for you. I don't. I see, unlike you, I refuse for anybody to do anything to change the shape of my heart. So I don't know what's happened to you, Lolly, but at some point something has changed inside you. You become a very mean person, and I don't understand that. I'm not a mean person at all. I'm not. I'm a truth teller. And if that makes me mean, then shoot me, by all means. But you'll never get anything but the truth from me, ever.
Look, the piece of shit PDX permanently banned me from Berg's YouTube channel. That's what she does.
Oh my God.
And he's so drunk, he don't even know about it,
Yeah.
She tries to take over channels and destroy him is what she tries to do.
So Emmy's got a wrench now in Berg's, I take it, yeah?
Right.
Oh my God, fucking huge mistake. Huge mistake. So, it's kind of, now, aren't we coming full circle here, John, right? Think back to the time when Lolly actually said, and again, here I am, look, cheerleading for Lolly, despite the hatred she's showing me in the side chat, right? Again, that's because I do owe Lolly an apology. I am sorry to Lolly.
Lolly knew about PDX right away. That's what she was up to.
Yeah. I owe Lolly an apology.
Lolly knew right away. PDX is just trying to. She knew all about her.
Best tennis player. I'm willing to say this now out loud. Okay, I'm willing to say it out loud to Lolly and everybody in here. I do owe Lolly a huge apology because I actually didn't believe that that's why PDX was trying to come into this channel. I honestly didn't think. Again, I wasn't so aware about everything about PDX at the time, okay? She was a relatively new person to me. I didn't think it was that. I thought it was the rivalry that was going on between her and Misfit and Tina. So Lolly actually it turns out that Lolly was bang on the money there, John. And I am sorry for not believing her at the time. I was wrong to disbelieve Lolly.
She
So
knew
I'm
enough about
sorry
this
for that.
person, how she operates, and she.
Because now you've got to remember there's a long time now, a long gap between back then and today, okay? Now I've seen PDX do it over and over and over again to other channels. So Lolly was bang on the money that she wanted a wrench in you, not for protection, but to actually infiltrate his channel. I called Lolly out on that, thinking that that was not PDX's agenda. And it turns out that I was completely fucking wrong. And Lolly was 100% accurate with that narrative. And I'm sorry for that. But I just didn't know her enough. I didn't know her enough. I'd only been in PDX channel once at that point. See, best tennis, I can't fucking win with you. You asked me to apologise to fucking Lolly. I've just done it. And what for? You're saying, don't play stupid avoid. You know what you did, dummy. Whatever. Best tennis player, I actually don't give a flying fuck what you think, okay? I don't. I'm up here talking to John. So Harley's getting threats. Who's she getting threats from? John, Harley. Do you know?
No, that's the first I heard of it.
Tony Stark, can you please tell me in the comment section? Can you tell me who?
PDX is channel manager of the channel now. That one.
Oh my Christ almighty. Could that guy have any less brain cells in his fucking head?
He claims PDX is in love with him. You know, he sees fresh meat coming, you know.
Oh, Jesus.
She's running hot,
Christ.
you know, she's looking for something. She's looking for some action.
Yeah.
You know, she's in heat. She's in heat.
Oh
PDX
my God. She's going to pick his fucking bones. I'm telling you.
Yeah, that's what
strip the meat off
she's in
him
heat down there,
and
you know.
pick
She
at
gets
his
off on this
bones.
stuff.
Because she can sense somebody that has no IQ, right? Who can't see through her bullshit. She will take advantage of that person to its fullest extent. So all I can say on this part is God fucking help you, Bergs. God help you.
Right.
If you've made it a channel, man. The more power you give her, the more she's gonna fucking take away from you.
Right. Weak people, you know, she
preys on them.
weak people preys on weak people. See?
Yeah.
She found
Which
out
is
I'm not
why
as weak as she thought I was.
Which is why she's never ever won the war on here with you, right? Ever.
She found out I'm not as weak as she originally thought.
Exactly.
At first she thought I was weak and she could come. Then she learned the truth. Yeah. Now she don't know what to do. She's running with her head off like, oh my God, this guy's he's not backing down, you know?
Yeah. And let's give Lolly kudos for here as well, because she is obviously very fiercely protective of you and your channel. So Lolly was pretty astute, intuitive and perceptive enough to know exactly what she was up to. And my God, did Lolly started locking things down in here when it came to PDX, you know? Kept making you aware of it. I must admit, I was dumb in that sense because I really didn't see what her actual agenda was. Now, of course, I do. But, you know, again, it comes down to you, John. The difference between you, say, and a person like Bergs, you know, you can hold your own. You can see through the bullshit. You've got the intelligence and the sharp-mindedness to know, you know, that somebody isn't what they seem to be, you know.
Right. Right.
And of course, she's never managed, like I say, she's never managed to cause your channel any fucking damage. You know,
right.
You locked her down firmly so she couldn't.
Right.
And kudos to you and Lolly for that, I say, and all the mods. I mean, everybody took care of you really well during that time.
But all this comes from her not having any talent.
Yes,
because she's basically boring with no charisma.
No.
So her job, and she's so much like Noodles, she wants to tear down other channels to make herself look good.
Yeah.
That is the goal with her because they both have no talent.
Avoid is talking hogwash. That
Oh,
seems to be
God.
your word for the day, Lolly. You don't believe her for one moment. Do you believe me, John? She's telling you you don't believe me. So do you believe
Lolly,
me or not?
Heidi makes a lot of sense.
Thank you, John. Thank you.
What's hogwash? I mean, what she's saying about these people, not about you, Lolly, but about these people. Or
Yeah.
what do you think about this Jess and Nick character that always makes comments about you sideways? Do you know sideways? It's like they come at you sideways a little bit there. That Nick.
Well, I wouldn't know, John, because I haven't been on YouTube.
Yeah.
I had to take a break from
Well,
it. I
in chat,
really
when you
did.
came up here, he came at you sideways a little bit, you know?
Yeah, well, again, they're all kind of, they all come under the same umbrella, don't they? You know, they're all paedophile condoners. They're all fucking predator condoners. Again, they're two people who don't put their kids first. Yeah, fuck you as well, Lolly. You know, you keep coming at me in the side chat. It's not going to make
Oh,
any
God.
difference, you know, because I'm up here talking to John, not you. I've said sorry to you. Okay, obviously you're not taking that apology. That's fine. But you know, you have no idea how many times I've thought to myself, "Oh my God, I'd love a good catch up with John." You know, because I do care about him, and believe it or not, I do care about his channel. So you know, here I am today. I've got some things to tell him, some new things. Here you go. Look, Anderson,
Anderson, it's very good
Henderson.
information. We found out about people's disabilities. We found out about these people, how they operate. Uh, Heidi is in her mind. She knows how they operate, how they think, what kind
Yeah.
of people they are, and she's exposing them. I mean, you know.
Well, I'm giving John some food for thought. You know, he's got a mind of his own. All I know is that I know I've got snippets of information that he wasn't aware of, and I've been wanting to come up here and talk to him for a while. I mean, you're all going on here like, why is this woman still droning on for this long or whatever? Where actually, it's called having a conversation.
Right.
I don't understand it. I mean, who else comes up here where, you know, I don't understand what's the difference between me being up here and anybody else being up here. Would you rather hear Bergs up here fucking talking a load of shite? At least I'm up here
He's a
giving
cowardly lion, afraid.
my insight on things, you know, and today has been a great day for me reconnecting with John a little bit, and then getting to know people like Tony Stark, you know, who I've never really had any interactions with, and it turns out that I think he's a great fucking person to talk to.
Right.
So you know, I mean, I'm not going to be up
No, I
here.
love Heidi up here talking this. This is great.
You know, I'll only ever, you know, did I come in here asking for a link? No, John asked me would I come up.
Right.
Have I held the channel for him while he's had to do some work?
Yes.
I have, and remember I've done that with a ton of daggers in my back from everybody inside chat. You know, who else do you know will do that? You know, I'll just put myself out there because the thing is, none of you bother me. Okay, that's what you need to realize. Nothing you say, I don't take it personally. It doesn't hurt me in any shape or form. You know, so I'm actually a good person to be up here with John. I think I was when I was on his channel and I was a part of his channel, and I'm still. You're talking 90% of the time, though. A conversation takes two.
No, it's good.
Well, I always stop when John wants to ask me a new question. Anderson,
Right.
Henderson, you know?
Henderson's just talking out of his, you know
Yeah,
what?
who is he? I've never heard of him. Who is he?
That's the point. Who is he?
Yeah, who are you? Like, so, no, I'm being serious. Like, is he well known on YouTube? I've never heard of him.
He's below, you know. I mean,
He's below. Is he below Boy?
he's Lolly's friend. Lolly's friend.
Oh, he's Lolly's friend. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, okay. So best tennis player.
Heidi always has my back, best tennis player. What do you mean?
I actually do, right? Whether you all believe this or not, I've never fucking wronged him ever. I have never wronged John. I haven't. Have I clapped the back when he's fucking
No.
thrown something at me? Maybe, yeah, but that's basic fucking human instinct. You're gonna react, you're gonna respond. That's how it works. It's fucking YouTube, it's a game. But
Look,
have I
mine's
ever
like,
stopped caring about John? Have I ever stopped caring? Wondered how the channel is doing when I haven't been on yet? Have I ever stopped caring about Lolly? No. Lolly, check my fucking community page and have a look on there. How many times I'm pleading with John to let me know how you're doing when I heard you weren't doing well. Always asking about you, right, John?
yes. Yeah,
I'm
Avoid's
telling
always
him that I
wishing you
miss
well.
you and I'm sorry. And if I could take things back, when you would call me a cunt bitch whore, I started talking about fucking John's cock. It's called fucking trolling, Lolly. Come on. You've been on YouTube long enough.
John Scott.
This is how it works, I know which buttons to push with me by calling me a cunt, a word I absolutely despise and I never say. I'm going to fucking retaliate by pushing the wrong button with you, which is basically talking about John's cock. Okay? So, and then you tell me that it doesn't bother you long after you have it's not going to work. It's not going to bother me. She's trying to get me by talking about John's cock, but it's not going to get to me. But
What
in the
do you got?
meantime,
How
you're
about Seasons
screaming
talking
at me
about
like
my
a fucking
cock all the time?
banshee. So Sorry, John.
Why is Seasons and PDX worried about my cock? They never seen it. Why are they worried and lying about it?
Well, Bianca says that you show it to her backstage all the time, doesn't she?
No, that's not true.
Yeah, I can't imagine you doing that. Actually, I can't.
It's not true.
No.
But
Do
why
you
are they
think
so
do you think she
obsessed with
does
it
that to
they
get a
think that-
rise out of Lolly, though?
Yeah, they do it to get a rise, I think.
Yeah, they're like a tag team, aren't they? So you've got the pretend to love bomb you. Okay, I admitted that was my method of trolling Lolly when she started calling me a cunt every 5 minutes. Okay, I knew exactly how to hurt her back was by using you. But they, unlike them though, I'm a free bird, right, John? You'll never see me going into any chat. Nobody, no creator on YouTube will ever tell you, oh my God, here comes a fight. And you can bet your ass that 6 people are going to be coming in right after her, yeah? They move in packs. I don't do that.
Right.
I don't do that, I held my own in a chat with you. You remember now, during the worst time with the PDX scenario, I had Misfit, I had Jeff H, Harley, best tennis player, fucking all of them. Even with a wrench, right? I was public enemy number 1, And, I took the insults from Lolly. I took the attacks from all of them. Lolly tell me your wrench ain't long, avoid to be warned, But I thought, fuck it anyway, I'm gonna play with you. You deserve this, so I'm gonna play with you. To me, it was all harmless fun. And again, I held my own in there. With really nobody on my side, John, no one at all. I mean, I know I made you giggle, but it still really kind of gets to you when that basically everybody's after your blood in there, when you're on your own. I know sometimes I could feel it from you, you'd say, oh, just leave her alone or don't take a wrench or whatever. But you knew that once your back was turned, somebody was going to do it, right? Lolly took it, Jeff H took it, my wrench, I mean now. I knew I was in a very much like in a lose-lose situation with all of them, The only one who was really willing to tolerate me was you. But I still have to ask myself, why? I'd like to ask everybody, what have I actually fucking done that makes you think I'm such a terrible person? What have I really ever done? Because if you ask to every other creator, people I've modded for and everything else, they will all tell you that I showed them nothing but loyalty, and I was their number one henchman.
Right.
You know? Very protective of them and their channel. So I don't understand why there's all this hate for me on here. It makes no sense to me. And Malarkey again is saying, I can't listen to this woman. I'll come back another time. I don't get it. I don't get it.
That's an MJ account.
I would just imagine, like, for the love of God, I'm absolutely bringing something to the table here today. I don't understand how you think that's boring. I'm giving John. He's basically asking me for my perspective on things, and I'm giving him new information. So why are you all? Here we go.
Is this a void?
Hi, Bergs. How you doing?
But hold on a second. But Camilo said you were dead.
No, I didn't say it. I heard it.
Yes,
He's
you
trying
did,
to cause
bro.
a wedge. The simp is trying to cause a wedge.
No, you said it on your community post that Avoid was dead.
Well, she's here.
Hi.
Yeah, but
you said,
I know, but don't. Yeah, but don't lie and say
you
that
said
you didn't
Michelle
say
K
she
was
was
dead.
dead. You know, you said she was
said
dead.
I heard it.
Bergs,
Heard it.
Bergs, we all say stupid shit, we
Yeah,
all say
really,
stupid
Bergs.
shit.
Yeah, but everything Camilo says is fucking stupid, okay? That's why he's bad for business, man.
But
Very bad
PDX,
for business.
is PDX good for business, Bergs?
Actually, she is sometimes. Sometimes she is. Yeah.
Can you tell me how you've benefit? Can you tell me what the benefits of having PDX?
Because she pays for other people to have wrenches.
Oh, right, okay. Well, at least
Camilo, right?
He don't know that she's picking his channel to take it down.
Do you know that, Bergs?
Explain it to him.
Bergs?
Hey, Void, I don't really like you. I never liked you.
I know.
I think you're a scumbag.
What?
Okay.
Yeah, I know. I've heard
Don't
it
tell
before.
her she's a scumbag.
Camilo, you think she's a scumbag too?
No,
Stop
I don't.
it.
It's okay. I can take it all, John. It's okay. Don't worry about it.
He's
I
avoiding
think that
the question.
you.
Does he know what she's
I think
up
you
to?
never were in the military. This is all fake. I don't even know why. It's like so retarded. What?
Can I just ask you something though, Bergs? Whether I did or whether I didn't, what difference does it make on YouTube, really?
Well, then why would you? Okay, if you were in the military, okay, who cares?
Exactly.
Like, why do you need to? Why do you need to show it off to everybody? Show it off. Oh my God!
Do I show it off though, Bergs? Is the point? Do I?
Yes, you do.
How do I? Do I tell people about what I did while
Yes, you did. I've known you for years. Yes,
John,
you have.
John, have you ever heard me talking about what I did in the army ever?
Yes, yes.
No, I never talk about it. A good
John only says that because he wants to get laid. He wants to fuck you. That's the only reason why Camilo is even talking to you. He wants to fuck you.
Oh
well, he's
God,
only human.
That's not nice.
Well, you want to fuck PDX, so I'm a better option.
PDX.
What I would say is, John.
This PDX. Camilo. PDX.
John's got good taste, at least. You know what I mean, Bergs?
Right.
I'm 5'11", big boobed, long legs, athletic. I'm a better fucking option, more attractive option than fucking.
What'd you say? You're 5'11" with big boobs and a big dick?
No, long legs, I said.
There's Harley right there.
A big dick? What the fuck?
What?
I said big boobs and long legs, actually.
Well, I don't think you'd be into John, because John Camilo, according to Noodles, is only 5'2".
Yeah, but
John Camilo is only 5'2".
No, he's not.
Why are you simping for PDX and a crab? That's what I want to know. Let's get down to business.
John, don't let him get under your fucking skin. It's not worth it.
How am I simping for? I don't simp for those motherfuckers. I don't simp for anybody.
Because you like that.
You want me. See, this is what he wants me to do. Avoid. He wants me to go live.
Yeah.
He wants me to go. This is what John wants me to do. He wants me to go live and talk major shit about the crab and the cabbage.
Right.
Even though they have said that they are going to strike all the channels that do that. And I've been monetized for almost 5 years, and I am not going to risk my fucking channel, which has been monetized for almost 5 years, because I'm talking about a fucking crab and a fucking cabbage. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay? If that ever happened and my channel got struck, I would fucking go insane. Okay? So, you know what, John? Why don't you do it on your fucking channel? Let's do it on your fucking channel. Let's do it right now. Because you don't even care about this channel anyway. Okay?
You're not even making sense, Burge.
Yes, I am. What are you talking about? Avoid understood everything I said. Avoid, did you understand anything I said?
I think you're being a little bit of a hypocrite because you're saying that John's channel is in jeopardy if he continues doing what he's doing, but yet you're putting a lot of trust into somebody that is absolutely
no. Camilo wants. Oh my God! You have no idea what this motherfucker does with me on Instagram. He sends me about 500 messages a day. Okay. He's like, Burrs, this fucking crab, this elf, this fucking orca, this fucking cabbage. Come on, Burrs, go live. Oh, you're a pussy. Oh, you're a whip. Come on, go live. Blah, 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 blah. I mean, what do you want me to do? What do you want me to do? What do you want me to do? Go live with the guitar around my neck and stand there and then go, this crab, this cabbage, this crab, this cabbage. It's so gay. It's so gay. Oh my God. It's so fucking gay. What do you want me to say? This crab, this cabbage.
Bergs, do you mind if I ask you something quickly, please?
No. Yes, I do. Don't ask me anything. I don't fucking talk to anybody. I don't talk to anybody who doesn't live in the United States. You have to live in the United States to talk to me. You don't live in the United States, so you can't talk to me.
I just love how open you are for discussion.
Okay, great. Blah, blah, blah. You don't live in the United States, and you can't talk to me. Okay, Camilo wants me to go live and tell you this crab, this fucking crab, this fucking cabbage. I can't believe this cabbage. Oh my God, this crab. He wants me to talk about these people like that for like a half hour. Okay.
Yeah, well, you're a simp for somebody new now, though, right, PDX?
And these people are already saying they're going to strike me. Okay, so let's do it on your channel. Let's get you struck, man. Let's get you struck, John.
You need a reason to get struck, you moron.
And I think you've got bigger problems to worry about than that.
Don't worry about me. Don't worry about me.
You've got somebody else who's going to fucking destroy your channel, and it's not going to be anybody like.
Don't worry about me. Don't worry about me, honey.
I'm not worried about you. I will watch your sing.
Don't worry about me, you fake Vietnam.
I will laugh every
You fake Vietnam War vet. Yeah.
Bergs, you have bigger problems to worry about than the crab
Yeah.
and the cabbage.
Why?
Oh, yeah.
What? Why?
Because a voice trying to tell you why, Bergs.
Yeah.
Why? What happened? What happened?
Well, you've got one entire fucking demon running your fucking ship right now, right?
Oh, what?
You've got
Speak English. Speak English, please. Speak English. Speak English, please.
Hey,
Your
Fun and the
trust-
Sun been hidden in your channel because of your manager now.
What?
PDX is your manager, he said.
Yeah, wow. Good choice, Bergs. Good choice.
No,
And
I
he's
never
been
said PDX
instructed
is
not to
manager.
talk about other people. That's what the
I said
you're being a
Eddie
simp for the PDX who now is managing
Eddie
you.
Nix is my security guard. Eddie Nix is my security guard. Okay.
Never heard of him.
Yeah.
Yeah, no me. Who's that? You're just making
Yeah.
it up. It's fucking
Yeah,
PDX,
he's making it
right?
up.
No, Eddie Nix. And he
He's making
said
it up out of
and he
speed
said about you are bad for business, brother. You are bad.
He's being
I've known Eddie
controlled
Nix.
now by
I've known Eddie Nix for 5 years, brother.
in truth,
5 years.
Avoid,
5 years I know this guy.
in truth, avoid. He thinks he's going to get laid by PDX. That's his whole thing that he's hoping.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you know she's married, right, Bergs?
He don't
I
care.
already have a girlfriend out here. What are you guys talking about?
Oh, who's the girlfriend? I'd love to know. Who is it?
Don't worry about it.
PDX.
Don't worry about it.
He
Oh,
said
come
PDX
on,
and him have a
Shay.
relationship going. That's what he told me.
She's young. She's very young. She's very young. I'll say that. She's very young.
Is she beautiful?
Yes.
Right, so you're lying. So it's PDX. Right?
No, I'm not. I'm not. She's very young.
She's blind, baby.
She's 29 years old. And I'm 50, 51.
29, turning around to 92. It could be your mom.
What?
Your mom's age.
Yeah, see?
Does she have big
See,
nostrils?
Camilo, see, you're a scumbag. You talk about people's families.
Let's talk about your playing the
No.
guitar and your mom.
Yeah, she smells terrible. She smells terrible like your fucking cunt, Avoid. Okay?
Oh, wow. Wow.
Let's talk about the music.
Wow.
Now, Bergs, be nice to Avoid, or I have to silence you.
No,
I'm gonna have to shoot
anyway.
a fucking bazooka.
So
I'm
is
gonna
it
have to shoot
true?
a fucking bazooka.
So
Avoid.
you know, do you know there's a video of your mum asking you to please stop with the music, Biggs? Your elderly mother.
Okay,
you know,
that was
Evil has got a
that
video.
was from 5 years ago. Okay, so
5 years ago.
5 years ago. So
come up
the present time.
Still playing it.
Come up the present time. Come up the present time.
5 years ago to
Come
stop,
up the
but you're
present
still
time.
doing it.
And the only reason why that happened is because all the trolls were calling the home phone. Okay, they weren't coming in here because they weren't coming in the garage because I was too loud. They were all calling the fucking home phone. You dumb ass cunt. Okay, I gotta go, John. I gotta go to bed. I can't.
He talks to Noodles every day on the phone. Avoid. He's talking to Noodles.
English woman. I hate the English. You're a fucking cunt. Goodbye. And I hope you die in a war.
Oh,
What?
thanks. But I'm already dead, right? So you're talking to the fucking ghost of a void right now.
Don't tell PDX that.
Oh my God.
Bergs is on the phone all the time with the elf, and he's a simp, and he's been instructed by PDX not to talk about these people. You know.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense. Okay, so I get it. She's
now all of a
telling
sudden
him
he's not going to talk about anybody.
Engage with you, right?
Right. He's making it up. You know. He's
Oh, for fuck's sake.
I never told this guy who to talk about. He does what he wants to do.
Best tennis player. I'm not banned from anywhere, actually. Not a single fucking channel. So grow the fuck up. And why
There's
is
Harley. You could ask Harley about the threats.
Yeah, but somebody's been asking her in the chat. So everybody's been jumped straight on it when she came in here and asked her who's attacking her. I haven't been keeping an eye on it because I was focusing on Bergs, but
see how he is. He goes and he tries.
he's just impossible.
He avoids the subject.
He's
Why is best
completely
tennis player say
irrational and unhinged, isn't he? He's just not fucking. I find it almost unbearable to even try and fucking talk to him, to be honest. Yes, read the chat. I would, Harley, but I'd have to scroll back. Can you not just say who's been attacking you? I mean, John wants to know, don't you, John? Can you not just ask Harley who's been attacking her? When I get it.
Attacking you, Harley? Best tennis player wants be right back. Lolly, where you going? Avoid wants you to apologize again.
I think I've done that, haven't I? And it got me nowhere. So here we go.
I am getting death threats. Harley, who's doing that to you?
Yeah.
Do you like Harley? Are you on good terms with Harley?
No, we're not great friends on here. I have, to be honest with you, it all started with the whole shit show of the PDX thing. Again, I don't want Harley to be getting death threats from anybody. I'd love to know who it is, though. I really would. And I'm not being funny now, but does anybody take any death threats on YouTube for real?
Have a good day, John. That's fake birds. I have to report.
I mean, if anybody gave you a death threat, John, right? Seriously now, and I'm sure you've had a few.
Oh, all the time, but I don't.
I mean, do you lose a single wink of fucking sleep over it?
No, but some of these people do. They go nuts. You know, they're hollow.
Yeah,
they're hollow.
You love that word now, don't you? Hollow.
I love that. Nothing like a hollow woman. It's like a hollow egg or something. You know?
Yeah.
Ever get a milk chocolate egg and you think it's like all the way through and it's only hollow and you're just.
Oh, look. So Harley's saying, John, I told you again yesterday, but you don't care. Oh no.
I care, Harley. You know.
So who's doing the death threats then, John? If she's already told you.
I didn't pick up what she said about death threats. She said it, but she never mentioned who.
Wow.
I mean, sometimes I'm driving and I can't read everything.
Yeah, I know.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Harley, can you not be more specific about who's...
John, right. Fucking handle business. Our beautiful Harley is from who? I don't understand this. You know, you're talking riddles. They're talking riddles in the chat.
How can John do anything if he doesn't know who the death threats are coming from? Because he doesn't seem to be aware of who they're from. Yeah, thank you, Best Tennis Player, for acknowledging that. Because you say, because the thing is, you don't catch everything in the side chat, right, John? You know, because you're always
right now
multitasking.
I
you know,
can't when I'm driving around.
No, I know. Well, seriously, can we just know who this is? You know, because I'd be 100% on board on going after them if I knew who they were. Because nobody deserves death threats on here. Well, some people do, but we all know who that is. So can we have more information on this? Because I don't want anybody fucking threatening Harley either. I think it's Mr. Will who is giving Harley death. Mr. Will?
Oh, yeah. You showed you the screenshot. Who did that?
What side of
that was 3 weeks ago.
Now what? Are you telling me Mr. Will sent death threats? That makes no fucking sense. Mr. Will is one of the loveliest people in here.
Who said that about death threats?
Does Mr. Will still come in here, John?
Yeah, he was just in here.
I love
Who was it, though? I don't remember who said that stuff.
that they have my address and send powder envelopes to me, Lolly, and German lady. Right.
Who the hell was that, though?
Ting Lam, that's an appalling thing to say.
Somebody did say that, and I forget who it was.
Jesus Christ, I can't imagine fucking Mr. Will sending anybody a death threat. What the fuck? Makes no sense. Mr. Will, where I live, docs, have a screenshot.
It's still going. Where I live, docs. You have a screenshot.
Do you, John?
I'm the one that told you about it, Harley, didn't I?
So you have a screenshot, and
I think it was. You know who it was? It was. I think it was a crab, or Oh no, it was Carlos. Somebody named Carlos.
Well, Carlos Fernandez. Martinez. Carlos Martinez.
Yeah,
John, yes, you told me and showed me.
It was a troll account, but somebody said it was his account.
Oh my God, does anybody take him seriously? Like, honest to God, he's the biggest pain in the ass.
Yeah, but Harley, what do you want me to do about it? That's the point. I mean, what am I supposed to do about it? That a troll sent death threats, you know? I mean, do you know what I mean? What am I supposed to do?
Yeah.
He's not here, Harley. What do you want me to do?
That's something that you'd have to take up with your own.
Well, Harley apparently got it sent to her or something. Not Mr. Will.
Not
what was
Mr. Will, okay.
I think it was PDX doing that stuff under a fake account, or not her, the other guy, you know, the cabbage, not the cabbage, the crab. Isn't it terrible to get death threats like that?
Yeah, I honestly, it wouldn't bother me in the least.
No.
Just like a docs wouldn't. It really wouldn't. It's just the way I've always been. Because, you know, because it's just fucking YouTube, right? It's just YouTube. And of course, things are different in Europe than they are in the States, you know?
Right. They have less of a backbone around
we could literally take say a live stream or screenshots, anything, take them to our law enforcement, and they'll take them seriously every fucking time, you know, because they've got dedicated departments in our police for that kind of shit.
Right.
But you're a way bigger country, and the only thing you're ever going to hear from the police there is, well, stay off the fucking internet then. Yeah, that's the go-to answer to everything over there. Because no, not PDX. I have a screenshot, and Waffles filmed my clone going rogue here. I have a lot of haters.
What advice do you have for Harley about all this?
Why do you have a lot of haters, Harley? I'm sorry, that's my obvious question.
Yeah. Harley has a lot of haters, she says.
Yeah.
Harley is a working woman now, you know.
Yeah, I know.
And she don't want you know, her person.
And she's a big supporter and at John Wrench.
Oh, do you know what else? Harley is good friends with PDX.
No way! What?
And so is Waffles, and she wants me to wrench Waffles.
Do you trust?
See how it goes around in a circle?
Do you trust Waffles now, John?
I don't really know.
Yeah, it's a weird one, isn't it?
Do you know anything about him? Or?
I don't know. I think I I truly believe.
Where would this come from? Wrench waffles. I mean, yeah.
I know, that's weird.
He spent an hour with PDX on the phone.
I mean, doesn't Waffles always have a wrench in here? Because he's like one of the biggest OGs on here, isn't he? No, I never told that.
Yeah, but where would this come out of nowhere? Wrench waffles. I mean,
right, lies.
I never
John.
told you what. You told me to wrench waffles. It's right there in the chat. Right there. Wrench waffles, please. What do you mean you never told me?
This is confusing.
You just said it right now. Am I reading it wrong? It says John, wrench waffles. And I said, where the hell did this come from?
No, hold on though. I think she might be saying lies about her being friends with PDX. If I'm not mistaken, I'm thinking she knows she's just written the waffles part. I think she's saying lies.
Lolly says you're very good friends with PDX, or she said it before or something, Harley. I don't know.
So, Harley, are you big friends with PDX? I guess is the obvious question. Which would account for
maybe she is or maybe she isn't. I don't know. But
yeah,
I know Waffles is. Why would you want me to wrench Waffles?
So here you go. Waffles is the loyal one. What did he do wrong? I never told I am friends with PDX. Well, you never told or you're not. Which is it? Because there's a difference, right? Not telling and not being are two different things.
I never told I am friends with PDX. You didn't tell me that, but I mean.
And the thing is, if you really unpack that one sentence there, right? Waffles is the loyal one. What did you do wrong? I never told you that I'm friends with PDX. Well, John must be concerned that Waffles entertained going on PDXs, right, John?
Well, I am a little concerned about that.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You didn't know about that, did you? No, a private conversation she had with him for an hour.
Jesus Christ.
They have private conversations because she's trying to simp. He has stuff on Noodles and she's trying to simp to win him over. You know what I mean? Like,
right,
Noodles is
okay.
a good guy and all that.
Yeah,
because
I get
when
you.
they had sexual intercourse with each other, that's what happened.
You know, John, everybody's fucking everybody according to you. It's just one big fucking.
You go 3,500 miles and spend a motel room with somebody.
One big fucking fuck fest going on everywhere.
That's what they're all doing. You know?
Yeah.
They travel 3,500 miles that try to get me in trouble and have sex.
See, what I find a bit strange is that Waffles has always been a huge supporter in here. I think probably more of Lolly's than yours. Yeah.
How do you know I took her his wrench? He hasn't even been in here, Harley. I don't understand.
Yeah.
I had a rogue mod and had to take everybody's wrench, Harley, for a while.
Which most creators have to do every now and again, right? You know, to find a healthy balance again, isn't it? Lolly says Avoid has been belittling Harley's death threats. Lolly, I'm not belittling Harley's death threats or what's the word? Bedding them down or anything like that. I'm saying I would never. They just wouldn't bother me. That's me personally, not Harley. I'm speaking for myself. I would never take a single death threat seriously on YouTube. Are you fucking kidding me? It's just a game.
It's a game.
So Bud Light LBGTQ. Yeah, you did. No, I didn't. I'm saying I just wouldn't take it seriously, especially if it's from somebody like fucking Carlos Martinez. Are you kidding me? He's a fucking joke on YouTube. Yeah, Harley John just confirmed that. He took all the wrenches at some point.
Harley has. You have a wrench, Harley. I mean, what's the problem?
Yeah, where's all this coming from? You know, it's like surely the only thing that's in question here is the fact that, you know, I don't even understand how you haven't had a conversation with Waffles yet to ask him what's with the private convo that you had with PTX. Have you had that conversation with Waffles, John?
Yes. Waffles called me up personally out of nowhere
Right.
and said, try to like fish around, like trying to troll me. And I'm like, and he told me, oh, I talk to PDX regularly on the phone. We spent an hour together. And I'm like, well, why are you calling me up? You know, like
Yeah,
trying
and
to
what did he
troll
say?
around and set me up or something. You know, it was
Yeah.
weird. And he admitted to me that he had an hour, that he has regular conversations with PDX. And now Harley brings brings Waffles up out of nowhere to wrench him. And it's like,
Because you're not really going to readily give Blue Waffles a wrench now that you know all of this, are you?
well, the reason I took the wrenches was because of the Rogue Mod.
Right,
But I
okay.
didn't even think about it, even, you know.
So there
And
hasn't
Molly can
even
verify that Waffles called me up and told me all this stuff, you know.
so there hasn't really been an opportunity where Waffles has come in where you've even had to consider whether to mod him up again.
Right, exactly.
So until that situation happens, then nobody knows how you're gonna go with that, right?
Right. And for Harley to come out of nowhere and say, give Waffles a wrench, I'm like, well, where did this come from? That's what I'm asking. And
Because
Waffles spends a lot of hours talking to PDX privately. She calls them up regularly
yeah,
to try to simp, you know, like you know what she does.
yeah, I know what she does.
She's a wolf in sheep's clothing, you know.
But
I did not know that.
I'm very, very surprised that Waffles entertained that. I'm amazed that he's gone the way he has with that. I don't
Yeah,
understand it for one
yeah.
second. So I would also be incredibly reluctant until I fully knew the entire situation with him and
She
PDA.
also talks to Bergs privately too on the phone now.
I mean, what's she fucking doing here? You know, it's like a power grab, right? It's like
Well,
a
what
power
she's
grab.
doing is she's trying to manipulate people to
But
like
what's the end goal, though, John? Like what? You know, like China want to rule the fucking world, right?
right,
What's
exactly.
PDX trying to do on fucking YouTube? Like
To be
rule
everybody's
YouTube?
friend, like she's that fit in to try to gain control.
That's just so pathetic, though. You know, it's just so
Who has time to do
thirsty
all
and
that? It's like
pathetic.
ridiculous, you know.
Yeah.
And she does it without anybody knowing it. But I know everything. I find everything out. She didn't want anybody to know that she's talking to Waffles behind the scenes. And also, you know, she's a little hot between the legs. Maybe she's trying to get a piece on the side. You know, who knows? Why would
Yeah.
only these guys, you know, with all the guys?
It is, right? Because apart from Bianca, there's no women.
It's
It's
all the guys
always
she's trying to
guys.
do this. Bergs told me that they have sexual kind of conversations going in a sexual way behind the
Really?
scenes. Yeah, and there's money involved, switching hands. And Blue Waffles tells me about the hour-long conversations they have. And while the simp J Mac is over there with his drawers down around his ankles, while all this is going on, or right underneath his motels with the elf. I mean, you got motels with the elf. Deep conversations meaningful with Waffles. You got Bergs over there getting money and all that. And you got J Mac with his little checkered pants dropped over there, you know, holding his wang. You know, talk about a cock. Talk about a cock.
And
And
you know
God
the
knows who else she's doing this to behind the scenes talking like that, you know?
yeah, the time I went in to have a go at J-Mac when he was on panel with some of the ladies from the PTX channel, right? Um, Emmy wasn't actually involved in this live at all. You could see her in the background because she was packing to get ready for a trip with Noodles.
Did she
And
bring her dildo too, or what?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, because yeah, she
'Cause
has
he's
to have
infinite.
those, doesn't she? Do you know what I mean? With needle dick around.
With him, yeah.
Yeah. So basically, yeah, I remember he was. I'd already heard that he'd said something derogatory, right? So I was gonna fucking go in there, heads on, fucking guns a blazing, and I swear to God, you will never see J Mac on a panel. On this particular panel, he was on with 4 fucking women. And I just kept thinking, what a little bitch boy, you know? What a little bitch boy. Like,
Right.
when do you ever see the only other person I ever see in that scenario is Evil Abe. Evil Abe is bitch. He's a bitch slapping thirsty guy, right? So he wants women fucking scrapping like mad cats on a fucking panel, you know?
He's desperate.
Yes.
J-Mac's desperate for any kind of women attention.
And it was just pathetic. And I added that into my attack, you know, like, look at you. What a big fucking man on panel with 4 fucking women over 60. And like, that's a fucking real tough guy, you know, real fucking tough guy. But of course, apparently, you know, when I kind of was when I launched the attack, I then got to speak. Then we had the conversation I told you about us telling Emmy not to go on the trip with Noodles. That was directly after I had just attacked JMac. And he was in the background just stomping around, you know. Basically, you know, Emmy was more or less hinting that I should apologize and stuff like that, you know. But then she also was saying that there's no controlling him now. He's in that zone. I'm about to leave, and he's his worst fucking self. He's falling apart at the seams.
Go ahead. You
know?
talk and avoid. Somebody's knocking. Let me see who it is.
Okay. Why is best tennis player asking who the hell is Waffles? You don't know who Blue Waffles is? BTP. I think he's like the biggest OG that I know of on YouTube. From the Bite, I think. I've never been in the Bite, so I wouldn't know. But he's back in the day, he was a big deal, I think. John? I don't know whether you can scroll up, Harley, but yeah, I know Harley. Yeah, I know a lot of people have got a lot of respect for Waffles, and he is absolutely one of the biggest OGs. I get that. I've never had any kind of beef with him or anything, and I've rarely seen anybody have any kind of beef with him. I think everybody respects him. If you scroll up, Harley, I don't know how far up it goes, but Carlos, the guy who I think sent you the death threat, he's got so many accounts, it's unbelievable. But I know he came up somewhere up at the chat at some point to attack me for being a mod for Bambi Thumper, the guy who's a cross-dresser. He used to come in and fucking troll that chat to death. He did grab the opportunity to come in and drop that in again. If you scroll up, I mean, I'll try and do it now, but I will 100% ask Carlos Martinez if he's got anything to do with any kind of death threats towards you. He's a fucking prick. I hate him.
Oh, I'm back. I just had a sale.
Okay. I was just telling Harley that Carlos Martinez did come in here to troll the chat earlier, to troll me. And that you think
I
that
just
it's
had a sale
Carlos
for something
Martinez
and I was knocking.
that issued the death threats, right? He's such a fucking idiot, honestly. No one takes him seriously. No one.
Who's that?
Carlos Martinez. He's got no fucking respect from anybody. He's just a pain in the ass. Oh, is Carlos Martinez a female? John, did you know that?
What's that?
That Carlos Martinez is a woman.
I never heard that. But...
Well, Harley knows her shit, and she's just said that. My God. I never knew that. Oh my God. I'm not belittling anyone, Lolly. I'm literally just hearing it for the first time from Harley. And she knows her shit. So if she says she's a woman, Carlos is a woman, then she's absolutely a woman. A lot, no. Rachel told you also. John?
Yes.
Rachel, did she talk to you yesterday?
She was on about what?
Well, apparently Harley's saying that Rachel also told you about the death threats.
The death threats?
To Harley.
I didn't hear anything about that. Rachel was saying anything.
Harley
yes,
said,
Harley.
Yeah.
Yes, Harley. Carlos Martinez gave you a death threat. That's true. I'll be right there.
Okay. So I don't know how to say your name, but Lacquera55. Hello, is there a troll problem here? My pastor and I are working with a new internet task force to get rid of bullying on YouTube once and for all. Jesus Christ, sweet baby Jesus. Have you got some work on your hands? What the hell? Oh my God. Yeah, the bullying and the fuckery is never gonna stop on YouTube. Never. From everything that's going on in the drama community so now. Are you AI, Avite? No, not AI. Real person. Sorry to disappoint. Oh my God. I haven't seen Rachel for ages. I haven't seen... We can do it together, Lacquera. Yep. No. You'll never stop the fuckery and the bullying on YouTube. It's never going to happen. You're going to need about 2 million fucking exorcists before that happens. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. The big deal is just to not take it so seriously, because everybody can be a Billy Badass on a keyboard, you know? Real life, not so much. Not so much. Kim. Harley's talking to Kim. Is Kim Lacquera? It's funny. My pastor and I are working with a new internet task force. What the fuck? Oh my god. No, I don't, Lolly, because I don't take them seriously. That's why. Nor do I take doxing seriously. I'm sorry to hear that, Lacquera. That must be terrible, and I'm sorry. Barbara. Oh, hi, Barbara. Lolly, you can have your own mindset, okay? You've been on YouTube a lot longer than me, but let me tell you now, I couldn't give a fuck about getting a death threat. I couldn't give a fuck about being doxxed. I really couldn't give a flying fuck, because I tell them all, turn up at my door. Just turn up at my door. No, I'm not a loser, actually. I'm a real life person, a true person. Turn up at my fucking door and threaten to kill me and see what happens. But nobody does, right? Nobody does. Nobody ever does show up at your fucking door, do they? With a knife or a gun or anything else. It's all talk. That's all it is. It's fucking YouTube. I'm sorry that certain people get upset about being docs. I'm sorry that people take it maybe more seriously than I do. I'm speaking personally, Lolly. I don't care. No one on YouTube fucking worries me for a nanosecond. Not a single person. Because they're just fucking names on YouTube. Who cares? If I get a death threat online, I tell them, bring your own fucking body bag so I can put you in it, because I'm all out of my own stock. That's how you handle a death threat on YouTube. They soon go away. Trust me, they go away. Don't live in reality. Now, it's you've lived quite a sheltered life, Lolly, unlike me, okay? And whether you believe it or not, with your fucking stolen valor shit, I have actually served in a man's army. Being a woman in a man's army is hard enough without the fucking trauma you actually go through when you're in there. So I've lived more of a fucking reality than you have, okay? And which is why I don't take online death threats or doxings seriously at all. I put things into fucking perspective, okay? I put things into perspective. If I face the fucking Taliban, do you think I'm worried about facing any single person on fucking YouTube? Never gonna happen. Never. We've lived very different lives, Lolly, okay? You've lived a very beautiful, safe life. I haven't, okay? I haven't. So it takes a hell of a lot more to fucking intimidate me or to scare me than it does you. Hi, Sean the Brit. Good to see you. Hope you're doing okay. I just know, Lolly. I do know you've gone through traumatic events. I know you have. You've gone through terrible things, but not the kind of things I've gone through, okay? So I don't feel as vulnerable as most people, you know? It's the nature of the beast of being in the fucking military. Sean the Brit will know. You know, like Sean the Brit, would you be absolutely shitting yourself if somebody like Carlos Martinez issued you a fucking death threat on YouTube in a side chat? Like seriously, Carlos Martinez of everybody, would you take that seriously for a fucking nanosecond? I'm just saying I wouldn't. Again, Nolly, I know you've had things that you've had to deal with, terrible things. And I'm sorry about that. But our mindsets when it comes to YouTube are completely different, okay? Completely different. There's no one who's actually scary on YouTube. They're just on a fucking keyboard. That's it. Or on their phones. That's it. In real life, not so much. I've actually given people my fucking zip code. Well, which is a postcode actually in the UK. Somebody who's tried to intimidate me, I've given them my fucking postcode and told them, get in the car. You know, how long will it take you to be here? Give me an ETA. I'm not fucking bothered. I'll face them when they get here. Not bothered at all. Hi, John. Hi, John. Welcome back.
Hey, I'm here. I just had to get something in my stomach.
Yeah,
and I mean food, nothing else.
You don't eat enough, do you?
Sean
the Brit. Welcome, Sean the Brit. Sean the Brit is in the chat. Oh, thank you, Barbara. Yeah, I've just been telling everybody.
People take threats. They take it to real life. You know why? They're life. They never been through hardships. I'm not talking about Lolly. I'm talking about, the PDXs and all that,
Yeah, well, this is what the conversation we've just had, me and Lolly, as usual, going back and forth in the side chat, John, where basically, again, Lolly is trying to tell me that I'm totally disrespecting or downplaying the death threats against Harley. And I've basically just told Lolly that she's got a completely different fucking mindset to me when it comes to YouTube. Yeah? They're not scary people. They're not intimidating people. They're Billy badasses on a fucking keyboard. I've given people before now who's issued a death threat against me my actual zip code and said, jump in the fucking car, give me a little bit of a notice, an ETA, and I'll be ready for you. Yeah, bring your own fucking body bag. They soon go away, There's no power to them whatsoever. Take that power away from them by humiliating them and they're fucking gone, destroyed. And Sean the Brit says, sadly, there is no privacy here in the USA. Yeah, I know things are really different there, Sean. I know that. Yeah, who's dragging you, Harley? Jesus God, John, how do you figure out everything that's going on here? Harley is saying, Sean the Brit, you were not getting dragged like me, lol. And Sean asking, who's dragging you? Nobody's dragged Harley. Exactly, Sean the Brit. You can fucking Google people's names now and everything comes up. You're on WhatsApp. If you're on Facebook, they know all your information. Like, it really isn't fucking rocket science, You spend all your time fretting about what everybody knows about you, then you'll never fucking live, right? And I won't give anybody a chunk of my life fucking worrying about that. No way. And they're never going to do jack shit anything. They're never going to do jack shit anyway. They just fucking they talk the talk, right? They don't walk the walk. From all the doxings and everything else I've had, fucking nothing has happened. Nothing has come from it. Nothing at all. It's just all crap. Hollow, right, John? Hollow crap. Jesus Christ, John, I wish you'd stop leaving me up here. Do you know how many people hate me in the side chat?
No, they don't. Well, will you come back later?
Yeah, sure. You want to take a break now, yeah?
Yeah, would you come back later, though, you think?
Of course I will, yeah. Can you give me a rough time how long you're going to be off for?
Well, maybe like...
Couple of hours?
Yeah, like that.
Okay, that's good. I'll double check that you're live in a couple of hours and I'll join in, okay?
All right.
All right, then it's
Take a
been
break
lovely
so get
talking to you,
something to eat.
John. Really
All right,
lovely
thank you.
talking to you. You're welcome. Bye, everyone in the side chat. I know you hate me,
No.
but I'm not going away, okay? I'm still going to be here talking to John. Sorry, not sorry. See you later, John.
All right.
Thank you so
Bye.
much. Take
Thank you.
care. See you later. Bye.
You there? Oh.